Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Hunter the Reckoning Chronicle in My Heart's Blood. This is our only epilogue, Feel the Pain. Tonight we'll be checking in on our hunters roughly 3 months post the event at the Spreepark, where the cell lost not only their fey quarry, but lost the person they had sworn to help. Halcyon's body was cremated in secret thanks to JJ's vast connections, and he was interred privately and quietly in Grunewald Forst Cemetery. Katharina is in an urn inside of Manfred's home, next to the portrait displayed in his sitting room. Manfred, these last few months have seen a dramatic internal change in you. During a time when you should be celebrating, anticipating, and cherishing the arrival of your child, you instead have turned inward. Inward to your work, inward to your desire for answers, inward to your own mental and emotional demons that you have long dulled with the abuse of your medication. Tonight, you gave Ylva yet another excuse to be out well into the night, and even though you have noticed her concern and frustration at your behavior, tonight is too important to think about anything else. Ever since Ylva revealed to you, Manfred, that you are what they call kinfolk, human relatives of werewolves, you've put all of your turmoil into researching what werewolves call glyphs, their own written quote-unquote language that they use, among other things, to communicate territory to other werewolves, especially in a city. Now, although you found many such glyphs in the city of Berlin, you're fairly certain that you've tracked down the specific glyphs created by your cousin Claudia. Give me a hint into your mind, Manny. Whether it's about Halcyon, Katharina, Lou, Claudia, Ylva, or anything else. What's going on in there?
I think that from all of what happened at the spray park, Manfred knew that Halcyon was ready to go. Even at Katharina, however deluded she was by whatever happened to her at the hands of Lou, she wanted to be there. And I think Manny has become obsessed with this idea that it was only ever a maybe half-handed move of fate that he was not the one born with powers. It's all just numbers. He could have kept him. He could have kept him safe. He would have done it better than the soulless monster surely would have. In the worst possible way, the thing that eats at Manny the most is that if he would have been like them, been like Claudia, been like Uncle Berghat, he would have stewarded them better. They at least wouldn't be in urns.
While you contemplate that, as you head down one of the many alleyways here in Berlin near Warschauer Straße, you stop at certain brick where you again see these glyphs, the glyphs that look just like the glyphs on the handle of the revolver that you use to kill a human being. Same symbols that are on the gates of your home. Ylva called these glyphs of the tribe of the Silverfangs, tribe that her mother belonged to. As you stand there and as you study them, knowing that this also is present on Berghat's ring, therefore you think it might have something to do with Claudia, you notice that on the ground there is a puddle. It's got sort of a strange film to the surface of it. Obviously there's some sort of grease or oil in it, but it's dirty water puddle. When you look down into the puddle, you see that horrific cylindrical head of Lou. She's looking up at you. What are you doing, Manfred?
I am doing what humans do. Creature. I'm doing something about what you did to me. What you made me do.
And what did I make you do?
You knew what I would ask for. You just set up the game for me to hang myself.
I gave you all the rules. Nothing that would harm me.
There's a phrase. When neither of us holds a weapon, then we can talk about equality. When both of us hold a weapon, then we can talk about equity. When one of us holds the power of life and death, and the other of us has empty hands, the only thing we can talk about is suffering. And you held all the cards and we had nothing clue.
I know you think that's true. But as you said, you are doing human things, and to err is very human.
I have nothing else to say to you, Lou. Other than I will get you one day.
I see the time in my freehold has changed you, and not for the better. I want you to know, Manfred, as you grow old and die, it didn't have to be this way. And she evaporates.
I think Manny will just kick the puddle and send that oily water all over the wall.
As you kick the puddle, your foot lands against the wall. It smarts. I think you stub your toe. You hear, "And what did that wall ever do to you, cousine?"
Why did you come here? Claudia. Honestly.
Your cousin, Claudia, is dressed in a leather jacket and a white wife beater. She's wearing very tight jeans, dark boots. Of course, she's immaculately beautiful. She has long blonde hair, very sharp features, blue eyes, broad smile. Why I'm here, cousine, is none of your business. I think the better question is, why are you looking for me?
Look at me.
Oh, I am.
Look at the scars that you left on me, Claudia.
She takes several paces further towards you. You have no idea what true scars look like, Manny.
I was just a boy.
And I was just a girl. And we were just children. Children play, Manfred. It is not my fault that you are sensitive, but of course I never disliked that about you. It just made me more curious. It just made me want you more.
Claudia. You know what you did to me was wrong.
I don't.
You have to know it.
I don't believe what I did was wrong. I believe what I did was natural. The meeting of you and I is... we are so similar. Our blood, and she takes your hand. My blood, your blood is the same. You've always belonged to me.
His other hand that has been inside of his jacket curls around the trigger of the pistol.
Mm-hmm.
And he will press the end of the barrel to her chest through his jacket.
Sure. Can you make me a composure and firearms roll? Because
She's not going to pull the trigger yet.
She's going to feel that. And she's going to react.
Well, that being said, whatever her reaction is, his action is not pulling the trigger yet.
Okay. Then you may make me a dexterity and athletics, or wits and athletics, if that's higher for you.
It'll be a good old deuce for our boy Manny.
With 6 successes. She feels the butt or the end of the gun pressed against her chest from your jacket. She grabs onto your wrist, and she's just in her human form, with just a flick of her hand, she snaps and breaks your wrist. Please take 3 points of aggravated damage. So your wrist is broken. As you go to scream out, because of course this is extremely painful, she puts her hand over your mouth and pushes you up against the brick wall. And she is going, shh, shh, don't yell, don't yell. Just like when we were children, remember, don't yell.
I think Manny's going to try and bite a chunk out of her hand.
Go for it. That's
literally a single dice.
That's a strength and brawl or melee if that's higher for you.
Both is a single dice.
Go ahead.
It is a success.
Mm-hmm. So you bite into her hand, but of course she's an extremely high pain tolerance. She doesn't let go. So you feel her blood go into your mouth, pieces of her flesh between your teeth. She smiles at you and sort of relishes in the sensation. She leans very close to your ear. She's holding your mouth like this, and she says, I could ride you like a gallop until your legs buckled and your eyes rolled up. Got muscles you've never even dreamed of.
It's just staring back into her eyes.
Do you promise not to yell anymore? She removes her hand. You see the bite mark that you left.
He'll spit the blood and the flesh in her face.
When you do that, she leans in to kiss you.
It's gonna try and turn away,
You can try and turn away and move your head away. She still gets it all over you. She's still covering you all over your face and your mouth with kisses. This is all... Now, I didn't come to Berlin for you, Manny. But I knew you were here, and it was just a matter of time before I would come and find you. But you found me. Don't you know what that means? It is destiny. It is fate. I told you. Ever since the first time I ever saw you, I knew that we were meant to be together.
I came here to kill you, Claudia.
I know.
I'll never belong to you.
I know you think that. But give it time. We will make beautiful, purebred children together.
You're sick. You need help, Claudia. But you're too far gone.
She begins covering your mouth and your face with kisses again. She says, I just need you, Manny. It doesn't matter if you want to fight me. It doesn't matter that you hate me. I know that what is meant to be is meant to be.
He's gonna try and get his other hand in his jacket to get the pistol with the other hand while she's distracted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's another wits in athletics. Or resolve in athletics if it's higher for you.
Yeah, let's do resolve. Oh shit. 5 successes on 3 dice.
Yeah, she's sufficiently distracted, so you can pull out the gun.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot her in the knee.
You can. That's the action to pull out the gun. If you want to shoot her, that's a different, and she's going to have a chance to react to it.
Yeah. I would also like to use my Empower perk.
Yes, remind me which one you took.
The artifact, dueling pistol, intelligence and occults, edge tested at difficulty 4 to increase the bonus from 1 to 3. Failure equals willpower damage equal to the difference in successes.
Okay, so make me an intelligence and occult roll.
And then composure firearms. With a 3 dice bonus. Did not get the crit, but I did get 2 more successes. So
For how many?
6.
Okay. And where are you shooting her?
In the knee.
Okay. The shot rings out. It's exceptionally loud in this alleyway, and as it rings out, you get experience of tinnitus because your ears ring, right? But you do successfully shoot her in the knee at point blank range. She goes down with a yelp, with a scream. But as she goes down, you hear her start to laugh as her body begins to shift, change, crack, grow smaller. She sprouts with fur, colors of white, gold. You see her shifting into a wolf form. You can take another action now before she does something. Actually, you need to make me a delirium test.
I was about to say.
Which is composure and resolve.
Composure and resolve, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My dice keep going from, like, to, like, good every other roll, and I don't know how to feel about it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You can resist the delirium as you watch her shift and change. You watch that wound at her knee start to heal as well.
I think Manny knows that he is at a distinct disadvantage in this environment.
Mm-hmm.
So his only option is to try and maneuver into an environment where he has a distinct advantage.
So you want to try and get away?
Yeah.
Okay. So make me a stamina and athletics roll.
That is surprisingly not a very bad roll for Manny.
Mm-hmm.
As far as physical dice tests are concerned. 3 successes.
Okay, with 6 successes again, which I've been holding on to. You try and get away, you start to run, and this dire wolf leaps onto your back, pushes you, now remember you have a broken wrist, pushes you down onto the ground with 3 differential there. You're going to take 3 more points of superficial damage as the claws dig into the back. Are you impaired?
Sure am.
Now, as this Wolfen Claudia's claws dig into your back, what is going through your mind?
If this is where I die, she at least has to look me in the eye. I will not die face down in a dirty alleyway. She is going to fucking look at me.
Well, you are face down currently. What is the plan now? She's not doing anything else. She's just pounced on you, it seems like.
Desperately just trying to roll over to look her in her eyes.
Mm-hmm. She lets you. And of course, she places one of her paws very close to your throat. So it's difficult to breathe. She's not actively harming you, not yet. And her action, she continues to lick all around your face.
Finish it, Claudia. If you don't, I'll get you.
The look in her eyes is a mixture of anger. You think maybe sorrow? You've never seen her eyes look like that before, but of course she doesn't have human eyes anymore. She has the eyes of a canine. And as her paw presses closer to your throat, suddenly you see her start to convulse. She sprays a bunch of slobber all over your face as she rolls off of you, and it's almost like this dire wolf is having a seizure. You watch your cousin slowly start to take back her human form. She's completely in the nude this time as she does so, and she is convulsing on the floor almost like she's having a seizure.
Manny will get up. Very fucked up. And I think for a moment he takes that pistol and points it directly at her head and pulls the hammer back.
Mm-hmm. When you do that, you hear a voice. Manny, don't.
What are you doing here, Elva?
You turn to see Ilva. She's there, and as soon as you turn to look at her, you start to see that her eyes and her ears are bleeding. And as you turn to look at her, she stops whatever she's doing and she turns away from you. You hear her make an exultation of pain of some kind. She turns away from you, and then you turn to see Claudia getting up. She kicks you so that you fall, sort of sweeps your leg, and she gets up, runs naked out into the streets of Berlin, frightened. Ilva comes over to you. Ilva's, of course, hair is short. She's very small and thin. She's gotten, her face features have gotten a bit rounder. Her face, her breasts, her hips, but she's still, you from first glance wouldn't know that she's pregnant, not yet, which is rather common in women with small frames. And you see that she's bleeding out of her eyes and her and her ears still, and some blood is dripping from her nose. But she comes over to you. Manny, are you all right?
I'll be fine. What's happening to you?
You saw me. I told you, didn't I? Sometimes there's a bad after effect if people see me doing it.
I thought because I knew about it and I believed it, then it wouldn't happen.
I don't know how it works completely. I might have just been overexerting myself. She's strong, powerful.
And you're supporting the growth of a human life. Your limits aren't what they were before.
And you are out here in the middle of the night seeking out werewolves. Why?
She has to pay for what she did.
She will, Manny. I told you that. I told you that her kind will take care of her. It's not up to you to do it.
I have to make them pay.
You told me that you wanted to be a father, but ever since you got back, I understand, and we could talk about it. Your sister, what happened to that boy, the Spreepark, the man that you killed. We could talk about it.
Elva, I don't want to talk about it.
Manny, it's been months. You haven't.
I looked that boy in the eye and I decided that Leoni fucking Beck's life meant more than his. I decided that. And I feel like that is the first decision that I have made in a long time. And it felt good to stand for something, not to stand behind a lecturer's pulpit and talk numbers and facts, but to make something happen.
You're sounding an awful lot like them. Isn't that what she told you? That your ideas were too big for the lecture hall?
I don't care about the ideas. I mean, I do. They make the world make sense to me. But that's not the ideas aren't what this is about.
Then what is it about, Manny? What do you want?
I'm done just being... I can't go back to the time of general unawareness of all of this. And how can I come home every night happy if this world is not a better place because of what I do for our child?
I understand the sentiment, Manny. What would make the world a better place for our son would be if you were here and not with the dark things that crawl on the face of this earth.
When I am done, there will be none of them left.
No. Now you're sounding like April.
I can't let another one of them take someone I love.
Manny, you cannot stop it. You can't. Claudia could have killed you at any time, at any moment. She could have killed you without you ever having known she was there. I don't know what her sick obsession with you is, and I know we've talked about what she's done to you. But she won't stop, and you won't be able to stop her.
Not by myself.
You're suggesting your friends taking her down. Werewolves don't travel alone, you know that. She's not here alone. I could have killed her. It might have killed me. But I could have crushed her heart with my mind in the same way that I can heal your wrist.
I have to end her. Me. This doesn't end any other way.
Werewolves live short lives, Manny.
And hers will be made short because of me.
You will die. And you do not want to know what happens when people die. Especially people with unfinished business.
Is this the part where you tell me ghosts are real?
Yes. Very real. And they suffer more than any of us suffer in life. I meant what I said. I'm sorry that I came back into your life. I am. What I've done. I can't help but feel like, remember when I came back I said everything that I do is somehow a mistake. Me being here has led this whole incident to you, encouraged you to spend time with your cell. I told you about Claudia and your uncle. I told you about werewolves and my parents. And it's my fault, and I knew it would be. I knew it. I should never have stopped running.
Am I not worth it?
You are worth everything to me. But I am afraid that Manny is still somewhere in that fairy realm. And what walked out wasn't Manny anymore.
I'm trying.
I know. I see an envy in you, Manny, that you never had before. You were never envious of anyone.
If I had those powers, Alpha, I would at least have stewarded them better. I just want the power to do something about the things that are wrong.
You don't get to decide what's wrong and right.
No, but it is evident, isn't it? What Lou did to my sister and to Alcyon, this is obviously wrong. What Claudia did to me, this is obviously wrong. What April did to you, obviously wrong.
What will workers never look at is the consequences thereafter. When they decide to work their will, for whatever reason, they never think about the consequences. Ever. And you would be no different. The ego of that type of power, you have no idea how it changes you.
It hasn't changed you much.
Because I'm not like them. But I wouldn't want you to be this either. I'm hollow, Manny.
And let me fill you up.
I want that. I do. But you don't have anything to give me right now. The man I love, whose child I'm carrying, wouldn't be out here trying to bring a pistol to a werewolf fight. Instead of asking me how it's going, what I feel, what I hear, what I know. Have you even thought of names? Have you even considered it? Have you asked me?
I've been thinking about it for a long time.
I don't read minds.
I have no familial precedent. I never knew who my father was. But you were close with your father? Yes?
Yes.
What was his name?
Crimson Howler, and later since the Sweetwater. But when we had to be among people, my mother called him Thomas.
If you ask me right now, I wish that I could say that I would stop this. But what I can promise you is I won't do it this rashly ever again. There are others. I don't know if I can face them again. I don't know if I have the courage to face them again.
Manny, you faced your abuser, who is not just a regular person, but can turn into a very, very large, scary werewolf. You're more courageous than you know, but you're also so stupid. You're so smart, but you're so stupid.
I let them down. I got Halcyon and Kati killed. I've never failed at anything I've ever done before, Ilva. And now it is two things in one span of 3 months.
She steps forward and puts her arms around you. The blood is dried around her ears and her eyes. Puts her arms around your neck and pulls you down. She's much shorter than you.
I'm sorry I've been so distant.
I am too.
It's just eating at me, you know?
Yes.
To be surrounded by all of this, but be disconnected from it.
No, I understand.
There was the smallest part of me that thought maybe I would turn if she attacked me.
You mean become a werewolf? You still could. But that's not the destiny I sense in you. It's like a sense. I sense it in you in the way April does. Your destiny is to be something like me, and I think that's why I was always drawn to you. I think that's why I'm terrified for you. I think that's why I want to leave you. But because of what you might be. Like me. Like April. She could do it. She could pull it out of you, make it happen faster. But I promise it won't be the way that you want it. And even if it happened on its own, you won't be the same.
Whatever I become, The only thing that I want as much as to build a family with you is to scrub the filth off of this world and give every child a chance. A fair chance. Unburdened by any names indicative of lordship. Unburdened from being born into squalor on the streets. A fair chance that their life and their worth will be measured by their own achievements.
It sounds like that's your goal. Your key to your own ascension.
Elva, I don't know what that means.
You will. In the safe, in the study, I have some green vials. They'll help speed up your healing. I made them for your friends who you told me were injured. There's a few in there. You drink those. It'll speed up your healing.
You're not coming home?
I think I need to go see my family. I think, Manny, that, you are going to get everything that you want. Whether it affects everyone else or not.
I'm only concerned with getting what I need.
It's a very fine line for people like us.
And what I need is to build a life for you and for Tomasz.
She steps up and kisses you very gently, very lightly on the lips. Sort of takes a moment to look at your face. Rubs her hands down your jawline, very gently, very softly.
I think Manny will just press his forehead against hers. I don't know what all of this means. But I know beyond how badly I want the power to change things. I was never alive until I met you, Elviswitz.
She smiles as these tears, this blood that was around her eyes is now replaced by actual tears. A few drops fall in the corner of her eyes. She smiles, beautiful smile, on her very small face, and her fingertips sort of graze yours as she lets go of your hand. And you watch her head out into the streets, turn a corner.
I think Manny will just stand there for a long moment. The way someone does when they're watching the chip in the windshield spiderweb into something much bigger. I think for just a moment he'll reflect on the words of one of his professors all those years ago about the general theory of why the cones in our eyes absorb certain spectrums of UV light filtering into color, and what distinct evolutionary advantages does all posed. But as he just stares at the red light, contemplating this, none of it matters. The thing that will stick with Manny And most likely the last thing he will remember about his life in the moment of his death is that a red crosswalk sign is always going to make him feel sad.
So, as you pull up to the gates of your home, they are, an automatic thing. You have a button in your car that will move them. You notice that they're already open. And there is a car waiting for you in the driveway here. It's a very nice car. It's a Rolls Royce. Silver.
We'll pull up. Get out of his vehicle.
Mm-hmm. The person also exits out of the car. She has blonde hair. You've seen her before. She's in sort of a white satin jumpsuit with a pearl necklace. She's the blonde assistant of April who came to your lecture, or came after your lecture, rather. And she says, Professor von Obergefell, do you remember me?
Bettina, was it?
Yes, sehr gut. Bettina Brandt.
You've got me at a very poor time, Miss Brandt.
I'm very sorry to hear that. I didn't mean to catch you at a bad time. I have been instructed to come and inform you that your offer of, or the offer on the table for your employment will be rescinded if you do not give us a concrete answer now.
I'm not interested in working for the technocracy. Thank you for your interest.
Thank you for informing me, Herr Professor. How well informed you are. And you watch her sort of scan around your house, and you think you hear a whirring coming from her. Maybe it's coming from the car, you're not sure. But she scans around the house, and she blinks and looks back at you.
Miss Brandt, you have an interesting opportunity.
Do I?
I'm sure that you do. You wouldn't be the first one to walk away from Miss Adam.
I am not entirely sure what gives you the impression that I would walk away from Frau Aden.
Because you only matter as long as you're useful.
But I see you say I am not the first. Therefore, I can only deduce that you have met another, and there's only one other that I know that walked away and lived. How very interesting, Herr Professor.
I'm sure it is. But you have nothing to base your guesses on. After all, I am a math guy. It's all just numbers at the end of the day.
Surely, that's all it is at the end of the day. Nothing more than numbers. How right you are, Herr Professor. What a loss that you are not considering joining our team. But alas, perhaps you will reconsider in the future. Thank you. This was not at all a waste of anyone's time.
Do you have children, Miss Brent?
I hardly see how that's relevant to the conversation.
You will. But if you wouldn't mind, answer the question.
I do.
Do you want this world to be a place that is safe for them?
I'm actively working towards it, Herr Professor von Obergefell, as is my company.
Consider the moments that you and your company are what makes the world unsafe for them.
I've considered it, and no. But I hardly see how the relevancy of my personal life or my personal morals holds any weight to our interaction here. You have decided that you do not wish to respond to our job offer, and therefore our contract is terminated up and until a point where perhaps a reconsideration would be made. But you would have to come down to Gilgal Industries if you wish such a thing. But I thank you for your time, Herr Professor von Obergefell, and the enlightenment you have brought me. Always a pleasure.
You will know when I bring you real enlightenment, Miss Brent. Have a good evening.
As she gets in the car, you watch her immediately get on her phone, and she peels out of there pretty quickly.
He will go to the study. Grab a tumbler and pour one of the vials into it, and then top it off with whiskey over the cold stones. And grab a cigar from the cigar box, tuck it into his mouth. And he'll type into the computer Gilgal Industries.
And that is where we will end Manny's part of the epilogue for now. Xanthippe. At the moment, you are inside the fighting pit. You've spent a significant amount of time here since what happened with Halcyon in this Prepark. You come here not just to earn money, but to let off steam. You have decided not to return, based on everything that everyone has said to you and what you witnessed, you've decided not to return to Dr. Ethan. Whatever he is, you know that you are no match for him, at least not by yourself. And of course, that has led to your stipend from the government being completely ceased, as well as your housing allowance. But of course, you're living with JJ, so that's all right. And making extra money is pretty easy in the fighting pit because you are an experienced fighter. But you don't always win every fight, of course. And right now, you are in the bathroom, not from losing a fight, but from barely winning the last round that you just fought in. And right now, you have a sort of goose egg above your eye from where you were struck rather ferociously. And it's quite painful. And you're in front of the mirror right now, and you're putting an ice pack on it, and you're sort of looking at yourself in the mirror. Take me into the mind of Xanthippe these last couple of months, how they're feeling about Halcyon, about how things went down with Nastinka and Talia, about this fairy Lou knowing about your father Lysander and saying that he's already turned his power on you. Give me a scope into what's going on in there.
It's a cocktail. It's a cocktail, and it's not that great. She's always been about, these are monsters. We fight these monsters. It's not real. Anything that they say that they do, like, it's something to fight, something to kill. And she sees echoes of that in what Lou did to Halcyon, what she feels Lou did to Halcyon, to cause him to want to stay. But at the same time, the biggest flash is that I think she's been getting this past time since has been the shot that she took at Nastinka, and then Talia's reaction afterwards, because that wasn't fake. You can masquerade and fake as much as you want, but that was the level of emotion that Talia was giving in that, the level of rage for that loss was real, and it's haunting her. So much so that I think that, along with all of the other things that keep her up at night from her past, from the time with the White, all the friends that she lost during that mission, I think another voice that's added to that is Talia's screams about Nastinka. And it's really got her thinking that, what am I doing? What have I been doing? What line is there that we either need to cross or shouldn't cross? Where ends the difference between humanity and these monsters?
As you contemplate those things, looking into the mirror of yourself, of course, the mirror in here, just like everything in this bathroom, is covered in graffiti. It's dirty. No one cleans it. You don't think it's ever been cleaned, maybe. And the mirror sort of smokes for a second. Strange. You aren't quite sure what this is. You think maybe it's one of those double mirrors where someone's looking at you from the back of it. But then you sort of blink and look closer, and you see what appears is the cylindrical head of Lou staring back at you from the mirror.
I'm gonna fucking punch the mirror.
Mm-hmm. You punch the mirror. Take a point of superficial damage as a bunch of glass goes into your hand. And as you do that, you hear her voice. You see her in all the pieces of the shards that is left here. Whatever's left here that hasn't fallen into the sink. Well, I wouldn't have expected anything less.
What do you want?
Just checking up on you.
My life is none of your business. We're done.
It wouldn't have been any of my business. Except you decided to come into my home.
You took one of ours.
He was not one of yours. He was mine. And now he's dead. Do you miss him?
She's not responding.
Do you go to leave the bathroom?
Yeah.
As you walk through this sort of row here of sinks and mirrors, she's in every mirror as you walk by. I could have helped you, Xanthippe.
I'm sure. And it would have been the same fucking help that you gave Halcyon too, wouldn't it? Sure, that would have been lovely.
I certainly wouldn't have let him starve to death in the cold, banal world you live in.
Fuck off.
We will meet again, Xanthippe Winters.
I think as she's moving past the mirror, she's just...
Yeah. Okay. So you walk out into the area, and here, of course, you see Klaus Dicken as he always is dressed, sunglasses, and he's got sort of a scarf up over his mouth, and he's got a hat on. His cauliflower ears are sticking out, though, and he's writing down bets. He's paying people out because one of the fighters is being pulled out of the ring from the fight that you missed while you're in the bathroom. He looks like if he gets to a hospital, he might survive. But he's bleeding pretty profusely from every orifice that you can see as he's dragged out of the pit, and the pit is covered in blood. And Klaus says, "Hey, Zan, you back? You okay? Or are you giving up for the day? I mean, you've earned like 200 euros today? That's nothing for you. Come on, what's up?"
I need another fight. Give me in. She's pulling out glass from her knuckles as she says that, and she's going to tear off, honestly not really caring at that moment, tearing off a part of her tank top, revealing more of her midriff as she's going to wrap it around her bleeding knuckles.
Hey, you can talk to me if something's going on. We can talk it out. I mean, you just haven't been the same in the last few months, and old Klaus, he worries about it.
I appreciate it. Just a lot going on, and if I'm being real, man, I'm not sure you'd understand. You probably just think like the rest of them fucking crazy.
Hey, I know you can't tell under all this garb, but I ain't no spring chicken. I've been around the block a few times. Seen a thing or two, and I know a thing or two about a thing or two, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna look around. I'm pretty sure, this is a fucking fighting ring. Like, there's a lot of people around. Who's paying attention? Is there anybody, around us?
The only person who ever seems to be paying attention, and by that I mean is surveying the sort of lower area where the fighting pit is this woman that you don't know, who has sort of silver hair pulled back in a bun. She's always dressed like she just got out of a business lunch. She looks like she doesn't belong there, but she's always sitting up there high on sort of this upper floor that's completely privated off. You can't go up there, flanked with security guards, and she always has a glass of red wine in her hand or something.
Is that the same woman that toasted me last time I was here? Noted. I think she's gonna take in that side of her like for like a minute or two, but like she's just gonna shake her head. And... What do you know about the world, Klaus? What is actually going on in the world?
I mean, that's a really broad question, Zan. Can you narrow down the scope a little bit for me?
What do you know of monsters?
I mean, hey, I read the news. I know that monsters walk around in expensive suits and go get on yachts and destroy the planet and stuff. I know all about it.
Real, yeah. Yeah. Like, story monsters, Klaus.
Story monsters? Like Slenderman?
Like vampires, werewolves, ghosts.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, everyone knows those stories. What, Dracula, the Wolfman. I don't know if I know any ghost stories. Casper? Is that a ghost story?
Casper the Friendly Ghost?
I mean, maybe.
Technically. But that's...
Zan, who's talking to you about vampires and werewolves and ghosts, oh my?
Did I ever... I told you about what happened to me, right?
Yeah, but you didn't say it was a vampire. You said it was like... You know, when the way you described it, it just seemed like, you know, maybe someone who had like a pituitary gland issue was on meth.
It was more than that, man. It was way more than that. If it was just that, man, we could have taken him down. We could have taken him down really easily. It was...
Maybe it was really strong meth.
Yeah. That's
Look,
what...
Zan, you're real cool. You're a great fighter. Got a lot going for you. I hate to see you bogged down in the brain so much, you know, it affects your fighting.
Maybe they just need to do more fighting. But
Maybe.
do you think... And if we're speaking hypothetically then, do you think monsters can feel real emotion?
I think that comes down to a different philosophical point. If they can feel emotion, does that mean they're monsters?
My head's not on straight. I don't know. I need to get another fight. I need to get another fight in.
Sure. They're just slopping up the pit. You know, just give them a few minutes.
Are there like beer stands or anything here?
Beer stands like official? No, because this is
No.
all illegal. But yeah, there is a sort of makeshift portable bar here that can be very quickly folded up and fucking chucked. Yeah.
Yeah. Zan would like to grab a beer before.
So you go and you grab a beer, and you look over at the crowd, the people who are waiting to fight, seeing who maybe will be your next opponent, and that's when you see the warehouse door slide open. One of the security guard sort of slides it open, and who walks in is two men, one of whom you recognize. He looks a little different than the last time you saw him. Last time you saw him, he had much longer arms and legs. He was about 7 feet tall. He's a little shorter now. He looks like perfectly normal sized appendages, with his dark hair and dark eyes and pretty bright, kind of goofy smile. But you remember him from the Spreepak. He was with you in the tree. He's the one barefooted flipped your rifle out of your hand. And behind him is someone who looks much nerdier. He's got glasses, and he's got an iPad, and he's got headphones on, and he doesn't seem to really notice or care about what's going on in here. But the other one, the smiling one, seems super happy to be in here. And he sort of puts his hands on his hips, and he sort of looks around with that big smile, and he's just breathing in all the smells, which smells awful in here, but he seems to like it.
I think Zan is just going to be sipping her beer, at least for the moment, and watching them very closely, seeing how they interact with people.
Yep.
Seeing, like, what their intent is. Because, like, there's a part of her that's worried.
Mm-hmm.
She might be being hunted herself. right now.
The one on the iPad sort of leans up against the wall near the fighting pit, but not super close. And the smiling one heads over and talks to the guy who's mopping it up, starts chatting with him. You can't hear it over the crowd, but you do notice that Klaus becomes extremely rigid when he sees them. And he sort of puts away his pencil and papers, little sort of old school way of taking bets. He sort of tucks those away. And he grabs his bag, and you see he's leaving.
Zan's gonna make her way over to Klaus. Hey, what's going on?
Oh,
you dipping?
I just remembered I got stuff I gotta do. I can't be here all night, you know. But I'm sure someone else will pick up the slack. Someone else will pick up bets. You'll get your payout.
And me as a player, Zan clocked that it's because of them. Yeah.
I mean, you can infer it.
Yeah. Do you know who those new people are? I haven't seen them here before.
Never seen them a day in my life.
Man, I want to say insight check.
You can.
I'm looking up. Yeah. It's what an insight?
Wits.
2 dice. Yeah, both successes at the very least.
Yeah, with 2 successes, he's not lying. He's never seen them a day in his life.
All right, well, you be good, man. I guess I'll catch you next time. I'll definitely be here more often.
Yeah. I'll catch you. I'll catch you another night. And he just
Yeah,
sort
safe.
of starts. He doesn't even go out the front. He goes out the back. He's like booking his way through the crowd in the back around the beer stall and stuff. And that's when you follow him, and your eyes sort of move up as they do to the woman who's always up there, and she has also left. So the smiling guy comes up to you. He sees you, and he says, "Hello."
Hello. And she's gonna kind of like toast him with the beer a little bit.
And he sees the beer, and he sees you toast it, and you think he thinks that you're offering him the beer, and he takes it out of your hand, and he just starts chugging it. Chug, 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 and the beer is gone. Thank you.
Sure. You like beer, huh?
I love beer. My friend makes very, very good beer. Better beer than this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's only so much.
She's
that can be done
probably my best friend because she makes beer.
Very, very cool. So, would you like another?
Well, maybe after we fight.
We fight.
Yes, I talked to man in pit, and he says that you want next fight.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So, remember how I said we fist fight in a tree, and you said that you were too scared or whatever it is that you said? I don't remember. But now we're here in pit, and look how regular I look. I look just like you.
Yeah, except, yeah. All right, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do this. Let's do this, yeah. Let's go meet in the ring.
Maybe one more beer. And he grabs another one, doesn't pay for it. And the person who's working the beer stall looks very annoyed that he doesn't pay for it. And he sort of yells something back to the man with the iPad. He says the name Walker. And you watch him sort of remove himself from the wall, looking annoyed, rolls his eyes, walks over there, and he holds up his phone, and he's like, "You take Apple Pay?" The guy at the beer stall looks at you like,
I'll front the cash.
"Oh, cash. God, I hate Berlin."
It's not like this is a, big place.
Yeah, I would pay you back, but I don't think it's worth getting your bank routing numbers for however much this beer costs, $2.50 or whatever.
It's all good. Don't worry about it. Just one on me.
So you're the one in the treehouse, huh?
Yep, that's me. I don't think we met. Did we meet him? No.
Nah, I was in a van about 250 meters away. I could see you, though.
Gotcha.
Couldn't see me. I was the
Zan
reason,
is fucking rigid, by the way.
I was the reason your phones couldn't work. It's kind of my thing. But I can get big and scary like everybody else. Don't worry about it.
I'm sizing him up now.
Yeah, he's like a little guy. He's like maybe 5'8".
Interesting.
Pine Cones is maybe like 6'2", 6'3".
Now Zan is wondering how big this one can get.
Well, Talia herself is like maybe 4'11", and you saw her be like 11 feet tall.
Terrifying. But yeah, Zan's also going to grab herself another one since
you're paying for it.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And he holds up when he sees you grab one. This man sort of holds up his beer. Prost. And he looks you very seriously in the eyes.
Prost. And she's going to like. She's so fucking confused right now.
He downs the beer. 1, 2, 3, chug. He chugs the whole thing.
I think almost in like a pseudo competitive like side, she's gonna start drinking and chugging at the same time and see if she can get it down faster.
You cannot get it down faster than he can. But also, you know that you're gonna get drunk. At least he doesn't seem drunk, or at least he seems like in a constant state of being somewhat buzzed. Either that or he's really happy all the time. And he says, "You should be careful. You may be bigger human, but you're still human." And he's saying these words out loud. You're still human, and you will get drunk, and then it's not fair fight, not good fight.
I'm quickly clocking, like, is anybody...
The beer stall guy is very concerned and confused.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not my problem to deal with. Like, that's what she's thinking right now. Yeah, no, I'm good. I just needed something for the pain. She's gonna flex her hand.
Sorry, I don't have that. I can't do that. I can't make your boo-boos go away. That's not something we do.
No, don't worry about it. This was my fault.
Is that new boo-boo you get from fighting, or is that from before? From the last time we saw you?
New. This just happened. Yeah.
You get it fighting?
No, I punched a mirror.
That's no fair. Mirror can't fight back. Well, maybe it can. Look, it has glass in your hand. You missed a piece.
Fuck. I'm just gonna pull it out.
What did Mirror say to you?
A lot of things. Things I didn't like. And I didn't want to look at it.
Really?
Anymore.
Was there spirit in Mirror? And he turns to Walker. He says, "Are there mirror spirits?" And Walker sort of looks at him and just rolls his eyes. And he says, "No, babe, there's no mirror spirits. Not like what you mean."
That thing from the park was talking to me.
The dead girl? The dead talk. They talk a lot.
She's just gonna mouth Lou.
Oh, yeah. The what was phrase Nastinka said? Kithane? Kith? Kathithai? Something like that. Very easier to say.
At the name Nastinka being mentioned, she's gonna flinch a little bit. But yeah, she's gonna
So you
continue.
didn't kill Fairy?
Left before we could properly try.
Probably would have killed all of you. Leaving was probably the best outcome you could hope for.
I'm noticing that now. I'm noticing there's a lot that I don't know yet. But, I mean... She's kind of realizing she's talking a little more comfortably than she would have normally. And she's just kind of like, all of a sudden, rigid again.
You are not afraid of us, so already you are better than most, humans. So, plus check mark for you. What's your name, by the way?
Zan.
Zan. That's funny name. That's super funny.
Why is it funny?
I don't know. Words sound funny. Zan.
Man.
It's like when I learned what a still is. Still. Super funny.
Words are weird. That's for sure.
My name is, well, I am supposed to say my name is Talon, not my real name. But you can call me Talon, and then when we fight, if you win, you can have something from me. And if I win, I have something from you. And if the thing you want is my real name, I tell you.
Fuck, it works for me.
So Zan and Talon will fight.
She's gonna hold her hand out.
And he shakes it really vigorously.
Yeah. Zan's gonna try to match the freak, so to speak.
All right. So the referee sort of tells you that the pit is ready. And Talon goes in, and he is super like ready. He's not wearing anything outlandish. He's wearing sort of like a button down that's open and a wife beater and cargo shorts and white tennis shoes. He doesn't look like he's not wearing any attire that would lend itself to being properly fighting, but he doesn't seem to be too worried about that. Walker doesn't seem super worried about it either. He just sort of finds himself an errant stool and sits on it and just sort of engrossed in his iPad. And yeah, what's Zan wearing?
Honestly, her normal attire being cargo pants, combat boots. She's wearing that tank top that's now covered in blood, dirt, and is torn from where she pulled out a makeshift bandage from that. Other than that, it's pretty standard attire for her, stuff that's not going to restrict her as much, so she can keep herself limber and agile in the fight.
Perfect. All right. So the fight begins. The bets are called out. Apparently, you are more likely to win. So if Talon wins, the betting, the payout is higher. Do you bet on yourself or Talon?
Realistically,
Yeah.
knowing
Realistically.
knowing what he is, Zan's probably going to bet on him.
You're going to bet on Talon. Got it. And he is going to just take a pretty regular swing at you as the crowd starts gathering around. What would you like to do?
I'm going to do my normal kind of just dodging at the moment, or trying to dodge.
Okay.
Because we're trying to get a bead on like his fighting style and trying to see if we can wear him down.
Dexterity athletics.
4 successes.
He rolled 6 successes with a critical. And so you try and get out of the way, and he just swings rather flippantly and loosely and almost wildly, and just catches you right in the nose and the cheekbone here, and sends you sort of spinning, but you don't fall to the ground.
Ooh.
And as he's finished, he goes, "Okay, now you hit me."
All right, she's gonna bounce on between her feet for a second, and then she's gonna look like she's gonna go in for a right hook, but kind of feint and go in for a kick.
Mm-hmm. So make me strength and brawl, and he's going to try and dodge out of the way. Of course, he's a werewolf, and he has just great physical stats because he's an Arun as well. He didn't roll super great on that roll, so I am actually going to spend a willpower for him. He only has 4. Worth it though.
7 with a crit.
Okay, better than him. He rolled 5. And so you are attempting to just kick him in the chest with your leg, or are you attempting to sweep his leg with your leg?
We're going for a chest kick. I want to see if I can push him back and maybe wind him.
With only a 2 margin, you do push him back, not out of the ring, but back significantly enough with a swift kick to the chest. But he doesn't seem hurt, and he doesn't seem down and out or anything. He's still smiling, and he says, "So good. Okay, get ready." And he sort of lowers himself down to the ground.
Yeah, Zan is still kind of bouncing around a little bit.
I need to up
Honestly,
rage though.
with
For you hitting him.
with the blood pumping and her having taken a hit and managed to dish out a hit, there's actually a bit of serotonin going through her brain right now.
He rolled so bad. Okay. He sort of lowers himself down to the ground, and he spent 2 points of willpower already. Lowered himself down. He's not used to fighting in his human body. Down to the ground. What would you like to do? You're not sure what he's doing. He's not fighting like anyone you've ever seen fight. He's fighting like an animal.
I would like to ready myself to kind of. Does it look like he's about to like throw himself at me in some way?
Kind of.
I would like to like kind of stop bouncing, plant my feet, get ready to. I would like to attempt to grab him. When he does that.
Yeah, let's do wits. Let's do wits and athletics.
Wits and athletics?
Yeah. Or actually, let's do wits and brawl.
Wits and brawl. That's a better dice pool for me.
Unless you roll no successes, you're going to be able to.
3 successes.
Yeah, he only rolled 1 success with willpower spent. So he basically throws him. He gets down real low and he pounces at you like a dog. And all the crowd has no idea what he's doing, and they all sort of go, whoa, all at the same time as he leaps up into the air and just comes right at you. And what would you like to do? You can grab him with your 3 successes. You could flip him out of the circle and end the fight now.
Honestly, yeah. Let's go ahead and not out of the circle though, because that would end. Because this is fun, and Zan is, regardless of herself, actually enjoying this fight. So she's gonna flip him as she grabs him, but she's gonna make sure that he lands in the circle still.
Okay, so you flip him and he lands down in the circle. The referee comes in, and he looks down at him. He seems, Pinecone sort of gives this okay thing. And give one more round. Because normally we do 3 and out, but we'll do one more since Zan's enjoying it. And I have to increase his rage again. And so, laying flat on the ground, he sort of spins himself around to stand up again. And he seems he's going to go for a low kick. This is why I didn't want to keep going. What do you want to do?
If he's gonna go for a low kick, I'm gonna attempt to kind of like. Would attempt to dodge. I'll just say that would attempt.
Make me a dex athletics. If it's high enough, I'll allow you not to have your leg broken by a werewolf.
I mean, it's 6 on a crit.
6 on a crit is enough. Where he sort of spins himself around like he's about to start breakdancing. But instead he's more like he's doing capoeira. And he is balancing on his hand. And he sort of spin kicks you right in the face. And he flips you out of the circle. It's less of a huge amount of pain and more that he basically takes the breath out of you. And the referee here blows sort of this party whistle that he has. It's not an actual like silver whistle. And Talon in the ring is going, what? Oh, I didn't know you go out of circle. It's over. That's stupid. Oof. And the crowd begins cheering, especially those who betted on this wild and crazy guy, including you. And you're going to win 600 euros. Talon and Walker did not bet at all.
Aw.
They're fine. They don't need money. And Talon comes running over to you, still wearing his tennis shoes. You sort of have a tennis shoe footprint on your face a little bit. And he says, I did not know I flip you out of circle. It's over. I thought we could fight all over the warehouse. I mean, I was ready to be here all day fighting. I mean, it would be awesome.
It's all right. It's why I flipped you into the circle.
Oh.
I could have won. And she's gonna...
Yes, you could have won. I think I do not care what stupid humans say. I think we say it is a tie, and that is what it is.
Agreed. How about another beer? And she's
gonna
offer her hand.
Yeah.
You fight really fucking well. Ugh.
Yes. Thank you for noticing. So, because it is tie, you ask me something, and then I ask you something.
Okay. What's your name? Your actual name?
My name is Eats Pine Cones. And he says that completely seriously.
An interesting name.
Thank you. I gave it to myself.
Very nice. So what do you want to know from me?
Why are you, with these puny humans you are with, the puny little humans, and the, leech, why are you not like us? You seem like you belong with people like us.
Like, I mean, for all it is, they're my friends. They believe me. They believe me for everything that I've seen and been through. Zan says that, but in her brain she says, for the most part, thinking of the gaslighting that's happened.
I know it is not your fault. Gaia chooses. That is what they all say. Gaia chooses. But it is sad that Gaia no choose you, because you would make great werewolf.
I'll try to take that as a compliment. Thank you.
I mean, I didn't know what werewolf was before I become werewolf. I was just wolf in woods. But when I become werewolf, then I know what werewolf is. And then I see in other people, I say, oh, I wish they were also werewolf. They're very cool. But
well, you were born a wolf. You weren't born human.
No, what did I say? Yeah, no, wolf. Wolf born.
Huh.
So when I become human, I must have name. And I say, well, I like pine cones. I like to eat pine cones. Therefore, name is eat pine cones. You want to kill us all, yes? That what you want?
I want to kill monsters, and I'm starting to think that I don't know what that means. Like I thought I did.
Yes, unfortunately, because you are not cool werewolf like us, humans very stupid. It's not your fault. It's just the way it is.
I don't know. Life's complex and all that. What do you know of? Oh, fuck. What is it that it was called? Whites.
I don't know that word, but maybe you describe what you mean, and I know it by different word. We have different words and language than humans and other things.
She's going to describe what she saw at Seneca Manor.
Sounds like a leech.
What's...
I think humans call vampire.
That was a very feral one, but...
Yeah, I think when the vampire no longer remembers what it is like to be person anymore, like me, I'm wolf and spirit and human, all three at the same time. That is what it is to be a werewolf. If a part of me forgets what it is, then I've become just a wolf again. And it is like permanent sadness. But I think for leeches it goes other way. They become permanent monster.
Interesting. So there's more complexities to all of this than...
Do you think... Have you ever seen, like, nature? Have you ever been out in nature, or you only ever be in city?
Until maybe recently, I had really only been in the city. I assume mom kind of kept me secluded for the longest time. So until I joined the military, I really hadn't been out and about.
Nature is very complex. Things are not... They may seem that way to human eyes and on surface, but there is much complexity. For example, if a mother wolf has many pups, and she cannot feed all pups, and so she lets the smallest pup go and die alone because she needs to think about feeding the others. Does that make her bad wolf? Does that make her a monster? I do not think so. It makes her a good mother, and just doing what she can to save as many of her children as she can.
A good mother. Yeah. No, I see. I see what you're throwing down with that. Just yeah. There's still, but I guess like with everything, there's still evil.
Yes.
There's still.
Don't get me wrong. There are very bad leeches, and there are bad werewolves, and there are bad fairies like the Lu bad fairy. Bad people too. Humans very bad. They pollute. They burn down the forests. They cut down trees. They make them people sick in the cities. Bad humans too. Bad and evil is everywhere. But you have to understand that if you live a life of black and white, then you can't see color anymore.
You sound like a poet.
Yes. Pinecone's very, very smart.
Is his partner still?
Walker is there, but he's just on his iPad. He's like an iPad baby. It's like a 26-year-old iPad baby.
She's kind of just running her finger along the rim of her bottle, and she's kind of. There's just more to think about ever since I shot that woman. I thought she was a monster for everything that she was doing.
She was doing bad things. That is super true. But also, you didn't know that she was slave to Lu. She had to do these things. I don't really know why, and maybe it'd be bad to ask Talia about it now. She's very sad about it, but I think you should ask questions, then shoot. But I also understand you are human and fleshy and weak, and like I break your bone and you can't just fix it like I can. So maybe you have to shoot first. So maybe don't feel bad about everybody that you kill. Or do, I don't know. I'm not your boss.
It's not everybody, but seeing, you said their name was Talia.
Yes. She pack leader.
I see. But seeing her grieve over that woman was a moment of awakening, I guess, is the best way of putting it. I'm not much of a poet or anything myself.
Oh, I understand. My sister, Hard Rain, she lose all of her pack members. They all die in the fight, and she only one who survived. And I had to learn the word mourn, and I had to understand that sometimes we can't fix things, that we have to see that other people are sad, and we have to let them be sad and let them grieve like Talia grieves Nastinka. And that is part of life.
You asked me why, not just why I'm with them, but why I hunt. And I want to say something altruistic. I want to say something along the lines of just removing more monsters from the world, but I'd be lying if I wasn't saying it wasn't for revenge.
Because of what the monster did to you and your friends?
Yeah. The people, I guess, in your language would have been my pack. They were like family to me. I remember all their names and I see them every night.
No, I understand. Have you grieved? Have you done the mourn?
It's hard to when everybody around you says it doesn't happen. It didn't happen.
Who cares? You know it happened, and you feel the sad, the grieve, the mourn. You feel it. They don't.
Maybe I don't know how. Maybe I don't. Maybe this is just. I don't know. I'm good at what I do. I can do this. This is the only way I see forward.
Maybe your way to grieve and mourn is to make sure that this new pack you have, these little puny people, that they also don't get eaten by a white.
Yeah. Or whatever else might come for them.
And that is good. And you are a good fighter. And maybe don't shoot my pack leader again, but I think you do good work. Or maybe you try to, and maybe that is what matters most. That you try, and that you want to do good things for people. I don't really care too much about people, but some of us do.
I'm starting to see that. And for what it's worth, I am sorry.
Hey,
But-
you didn't shoot me. You shoot me, I kill you.
I'm sure. I believe you. 100%.
So, now we have fought, and so we have now talked and asked questions, and now we have drinking contest, yes? You earn lots of money on me, so now you buy all the beer in the stall, and we drink until we pass out. Ready? And he starts banging
Okay.
down on the stall.
Fuck it. Yeah, let's drink.
And that seems like a perfect place to end Xantipe's epilogue for now. JJ, things have been going well with Bertrand. Maybe too well. The vitae you give him from your body, you make sure to leave out long enough so that a blood bond doesn't form, so that he doesn't feel supernaturally attached to you in the way he did with Alyosha. And yet he stays. He stays a lot, JJ. In fact, he keeps bringing up real estate around and outside Berlin, mentioning that he might move out of his apartment, wondering whose home has better decor and a better layout. And in between moments of passion, there are times of joy, of laughter, of silliness, of just being present together. And this is far beyond what you had with Alyosha. This feels frighteningly and terribly like love. Please make me a remorse roll.
Okay. All right. Okay. Don't fuck me. Here we go. I got it.
Okay, so you can remove all of your stains, you don't lose any humanity, and you do feel an incredible remorse and sadness and depression over having murdered someone. Conviction you swore that you would never ever break. So let me into your mind a little bit here, JJ. What do you think about this developing relationship with Bertrand, and did you tell him that you murdered someone?
I think that JJ basically came home and fell apart. And one of the first things he did was call Bertrand and tell him what happened. Because he promised he would check in and make sure everything was okay. And so he did. And that having someone who understands fully, in a way, what JJ is, and it not being compelled. It was shocking to JJ when Bertrand just kept coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And there's part of JJ that wants to feel bad about it, but does not. And there's weird feelings about that.
And as you are bringing this up again, talking about it again, Bertrand doesn't ever seem to mind, no matter how many times you bring it up over these last few months. And you're going with him into Silver Linings auction house. Just, he has to clear up some things before he can be free for the night. And you head in there and you're talking as you're walking. And he says, yeah, Leoni, you mentioned that your friend, Manny, was it? Manfred? My sister's boyfriend, right?
Yeah, the professor.
Yeah, you mentioned that he also killed someone for Leoni. Like, is she, like, super special? Is she, like, she got something going on that I don't know about?
She was a ghoul. I think it was that moment where it was very clear she was going to die, which didn't make sense with everything that he had been saying up to that point. he just pulled the trigger. And then he did it again. And I kind of wish it felt easy. But the way that played out, I don't want ever want it to feel easy.
Well, you said that you made a deal with this fairy, this like scary fairy, right?
The tongue just itches, and then, yeah, not fairy creature. Yeah, I wanted to get help for the rest of them, but I got advice for me. Apparently, you have to go talk to the others if I also don't think JJ's ever brought this up with Bertrand, just like in passing about humanity, but if I wanted to ever be human again.
Turn back the clock. That's what you said she said to you, right?
Turn back the clock, yes.
Is that something you want?
I never wanted to be this. I wanted to have a life, and honestly, these past couple months they've been good.
Don't flatter me over much, JJ.
I'd love to flatter you all the time.
Well, I'm not going to say no to that, and he unlocks his office. And he goes and starts looking through some paperwork. But and he's sort of busy doing what he's doing, if you do want to turn back the clock, be human, whatever, I'm going to have to find a blood source from somewhere else. Or we could or this could be a walk to remember type thing, where you become human and then I die and you can sit and hold my hand in the hospital and, the whole thing. You can have the oxygen in my nose. It could be very romantic.
I think maybe just holding your hand while you're not in a hospital bed would be the optimal.
But you know what I mean.
I do. That's why I haven't really looked into it.
I don't think there's any reason not to look into it.
I prefer the Christmas Hallmark movie type situation, but
I am not going to buy a Christmas tree farm. It's not going to happen.
we could. I think you'd look rather dashing in the whole lumberjack get up.
We're in Germany, babe. There's Christmas tree farms everywhere.
So it's a saturated market. You have
Very.
the auction house, and I have what I do, so it could be a side gig.
I know you like to deflect with humor, which I find super adorable. I do. But I'm being serious. At least I'm attempting to be. If you have the opportunity to go back to who you were, why wouldn't you chase it?
Because I like this.
This isn't going to change. It's just make it a little shorter.
With the time I've had, I guess you're right. I would have preferred it if it had been with you. Oh,
Well, it can still be with me. It's a terribly annoying thing
yeah.
that you have to deal with if you do want to be human again. It's called grief. It's called loss. It's called death.
Yeah. Not unfamiliar.
It hits a little closer to home when you breathe and you sleep and you eat and you age.
I think it'd be nice if we could have grown old together.
I mean, depending on how this whatever works, maybe you'll just fast forward 20 years.
Would you mind all the gray? Or Probably have to grow out the beard, maybe a goatee.
The
I'd have
only
to
thing that I would
fast forward
change
that.
about you, JJ, is if you were a silver fox.
Ah. I guess it works out to my favor then.
And he's finished rifling through, and he's sort of been bent over, not looking up at you this whole time. He pulls out of his one of his drawers a ring.
What have you got there?
Well, you're not human yet. Your eyesight can't have gotten bad yet. You can see what it is.
Is that what we came here for? Are you selling it or?
This is a ring my mother made for my father. He never wore it. He didn't like the way it felt.
Yeah. With a name like Crimson Howler, I don't might have gotten in the way of. Also, like with the changing shape.
He walks over and puts his hand over your mouth. He didn't like to wear it because it was made out of silver. That's a much longer story. That's not important. Werewolves don't like silver.
Yeah, I've come to find that out. JJ's gonna take his hand and kiss the palm.
As you kiss it, he moves it to the side, sort of cups your jaw, your chin. I want to spend whatever years I have left with you, whether they're short years or long years. And I want you to have whatever life you want, whether it's one like mine or one like you have now. I love you. I don't think I've ever been in love before. I never really had the chance. And I'm not letting this go.
Whatever time we do have, I want to be with you.
Do you promise that you will at least look into it?
I will. I'll look into it. And Bertrand, I love you. You know that, right?
It's always nice to hear you say it.
Good. We'll see how long I get to say it.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Will you marry me?
It's not how this expected this to go. Like, it's been. Of course. Well, first off, of course, yes, yeah, and just
There you go.
peppering
Very
kisses
good.
all over his face. Just
Yeah. It's this thing, like when you're actively dying, you know, I know the blood helps, but like, it's always in the back of my mind. You kind of don't want to waste time. It's like not a huge priority anymore. It's like real low on the list.
yeah, no, got a lot of time to make up for.
Bertrand sort of takes the ring and he puts it in your hand and sort of closes your hand around it. When you have a ring for me, then we'll do it.
Done. What do you want? Anything you
No,
want.
that's not fair. I
Don't-
surprised you with a ring. I think the best you could do is surprise me too. You should know what I like if we're gonna get married.
I've got a pretty good idea, but I don't think for those activities we can invite people over unless you're into that sort of thing. It'd be weird if it was your family, though.
Oh, they would love it. They're big. They're big celebrators. They do these things. They're called moots, and they love it. As you two are discussing and talking, you hear an exceptionally loud crash coming from the front.
Oof.
Bertrand immediately goes over to his computer and checks the cameras. And you see on the cameras, you don't see anything right away. And he says, there's a gun in my safe. Do you mind going out and checking to make sure it's not anything I need to freak out about?
Yeah, if you want to call anybody, that I'll go get the gun and check it out.
I don't have a silent alarm trip just in case my family's ever here. You know, they never come by. They don't care what I'm doing. But, yeah, I'm going to get the gun out of my safe. Just, you know, if something's bad, just yell and I'll be there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Be careful.
Sure.
Keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Is there a way to like switch between camera feeds?
Yep, you don't see anything here. The only thing you can do is go out and investigate where the crash came from. And it looks like you think in one of the camera feeds you see some pieces of glass on the ground. So maybe something fell over.
Yeah. That's where JJ's gonna head.
Mm-hmm. So you head out into the area where all these things are being stored for auctions later. And what looks like has fallen over is a giant mirror. And you look down on the ground of the glass shards, and as you look into the glass shards, you see that horrific cylindrical face of Lou looking up at you.
What are you doing?
I think the better question is, what are you doing?
Didn't you take off?
No. You took my deal.
I did.
You took my deal, and I told you how to solve your problem. And yet you sit here. Problem still at hand. Why?
Isn't that a human thing to do?
You're not human.
Yeah. Yeah, no, just have to go talk to those I hate.
The ones just like you.
Turn back time. Yeah. Which I don't hate them.
Yes, you do. You hate them. There is no creature that walks this earth, not even me, that you hate more than your own kind.
So you just came to check up on me?
Something like that.
What do you want?
You and your friends entered my home uninvited. If you had never entered my freehold, I wouldn't care about you and what you do and who you are. But now I have all the time in the world to watch you.
So you're just bored then? Keeping an eye on us? Oh.
If that's what you want to believe.
I honestly don't know what to believe.
You should try believing in yourself. And as she says that, wits and awareness, please.
Okay. I'm at 1 hunger.
Mm-hmm.
Do I feel froggy? I do.
Do I feel a little frog coming up?
That is 3.
With 3 successes.
Power.
With 3 successes, you barely have time to react, but you do see as you look up, as Lou says that, as you look up from above the mirror, you see the face of Alyosha coming out of the darkness and charging right at you. The margin of 1, I will give you 1 action and 1 only to do whatever it is that you want to do before he reaches you.
If he's barreling forward and there's broken glass, I'm gonna pick up one of the pieces so he rams into it.
Okay, so that's sort of like 2 actions.
So
in that case, I'll allow you to do it. The DC will just be much higher.
Okay, all right. No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna I'm gonna.
That's a wits and melee.
I got messy.
Perfect.
5.
Perfect. You got 4 successes. So, with that messy critical, I'm going to do 2 things for you. 1, I'm going to increase your hunger. But 2, I'm going to allow you to decide how high you hold up this shard and where it's going to hit him.
The chest.
The chest. So, puncture his chest with the shard, and he screams right in your face, sort of stops him dead in his tracks. pulls it out of his chest, and now he's holding it. He's squeezing it so the blood is all around him. And he says to you, "What the fuck did you do?" And he's going to try and attack you with it.
What the fuck did I do? And we're gonna try to get it out of the way.
Okay. Dex athletics, and he rolled really well, unfortunately.
Okay, so wait, that's 2 hunger, Dex, plus my new fancy athletics. That is 4 successes.
Okay, for 6 successes with a crit. He takes the shard, and he stabs you right in the neck. Take 2 points of superficial damage. So you're both vampires, and you both have vampire resilience. You both have almost identical merits and flaws.
Wonder why, fucker.
Where is he?
Oh, did you finally crawl out of your little den to actually check in? Amazing. Wonderful. And JJ's like holding the where it is, and yeah, pulling it out is just gonna bleed more and then get hungry.
Yeah, it's gonna spurt, but
Yeah.
you're fine. You're not gonna.
Yeah.
You can heal it if you want to,
Oh, okay.
because he's also gonna try and heal his as well.
That's 2
Failure. Failure. All right, I'm gonna stop.
Okay.
What hunger are you at?
I'm still at 2.
Good.
I
He's
got
at 4.
successes. Oh no.
So, can you roll me a wits and insight, please?
I can. That's 3. No. Yes, 3.
3 successes. You can tell that Alyosha has absolutely tear-stained cheeks. He looks completely devastated.
There's that moment that you have for someone that you used to care about, where it's wanting to ask. And then with pulling that glass shard out and it healing, that rage is still there. And that rage is all consuming because Lou was right. Oh, did she let you go? Have you been filed?
She's dead. Or gone. I don't know. She's not here.
Huh. So that's why. Because she's gone, so you finally, have to deal with the consequences of everything. That's okay.
He's gonna hit you.
You want me to feel bad for you?
Do you want to dodge? Or
Yeah.
do you want to take the hit? He didn't roll super great. He's too hungry.
I'm gonna dodge.
Dex
because
athletics.
we're being sassy.
Because they're being sassy.
1, 2, 3. That's 4. Oh, you guys
that's from
get
my
to
other
stay. You guys
Yeah.
get to
So
stay
4
right
to
there.
4 to 3. He swings and he misses you, but just barely. You feel the air sort of graze by your face.
So what, Yosha?
She protected us. Me. My sister is dead too. Gone. She hasn't come back, so I can only assume she's dead. And I know at least one of these things is your fault. Also, you took Bertrand.
Didn't take anything. It's not my fault you lost things because you were so wrapped up in everything that was hell.
Yeah. I was distracted, thinking about him, and I should have gone and fucking killed you, taken him back, and then I would have been able to focus, and perhaps she would still be here with us.
Yeah, so just controlling people. That's how you fix things. You just puppet them. That's
And
so great, Yosha.
screams at you, and it echoes in this warehouse. He's like, "Hello! We're fucking vampires, you idiot!"
And whose fault is that? Oh no, I did something terrible because of what I am? Yeah. So fucking what?
I wasn't
Just trying not to cry.
born like this either, you moron.
No, someone did it to you, and that makes it okay what you did to me.
You telling me in 20 years you've never lost control? Don't fucking lie to me, JJ.
Once! And it was because of your sister!
It's gonna keep happening.
And yes, someone tried to save her. Where were you?
Tonight you die, JJ. I'm going to correct the mistake. Bringing you into this world. It's a mistake. I should have let you die. I lost control and I killed you. And I should have just taken that L, as the kids say. And from behind him, he has a water bottle filled with blood.
So much for all the we're going to be together forever, right?
You left.
Fucking lie then. You know what makes it worse, Yosha? I would have come back. I loved you. I needed a minute. Do you know how much information that is to take on? Don't need all that. I needed a minute, and you took my life. I would have come back.
You don't get to lecture me. Now, you have been a vampire for 20 years now. 20 years! You don't get to lecture me.
20 years and I've done better than you have.
Yes, because you don't go anywhere or do anything. You have killed someone now because you are out on the streets now. Out on the streets trolling for my ghoul.
Yeah, where is he? My bed.
Yes. Feeding him from your wrist, are you?
Yeah, obviously. Because that's all I want, right? As a vampire, to control people. Not like I actually care, right?
The second you let go of that bullshit human nonsense, you get with the fucking program. Now you finally left your house. Opened your curtains, whatever.
So what? Is that a final present to you? You're just looking at the water bottle. Does it look like one of the ones Tito's carries around? Oh, that motherfucker!
I'm gonna burn it all. I'm gonna take everything from him, including you. And he will have nowhere to go but back to me.
So healthy. Yosha. That's...
All the blood that you forced into his throat, down into his body, I'll replace it with mine, and everything will go back to exactly the way it was. The thin bloods will hold Bergain until something happens.
Could have done that
And we will
before.
need all the cannon fodder we can afford.
So you're just going to kill a bunch of people then?
I might
Wait.
turn him too.
You're never going to change.
I'm about survival. JJ.
JJ's gonna take like a step closer.
Mhm.
He's gonna go for the water bottle.
Okay. So, strength and brawl.
So I got successes. So that is 6. These dice can stay. They can. I'm not gonna melt these ones.
With only 3 successes, you are able to get the water bottle away from him.
So what, Yosha? You're just going to set everything on fire, and that'll fix it.
I already told you my plan. Do you have a problem listening now as well?
No. It's all the cracks in here that I understand. Because you put them there.
Fuck you. And he pulls out a gun, and he aims it directly at the water bottle. I'll give you 1 action.
So I remember what these water bottles do.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah, JJ's gonna try and toss it because it just needs open air.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Roll, roll me composure and God, because this is like a bomb.
Uh-huh.
Composure. Well, God, composure melee. I can't because it's not until it's not a fucking fire right now. Composure melee.
What do you mean? That's such a good point, JJ. I got a messy crit for 5 with my 3 dice.
Okay, so instead of doing what you want to do, the beast takes over. And Alyosha points at the water bottle, but instead you race at him. He only rolled 2 successes. You race at him and you latch onto him, and you do not have fangs, but you begin trying to suckle from this wound that's on his chest, and with your hands you begin ripping at it, ripping open so that he's going to take more damage, and you begin feeding on his blood. With an unfortunate incident there where he does have catenating blood, as you know, because he's your sire. So you may remove yourself down to 1 hunger, but as you do that, you drop the water bottle, not so purposefully that it's going to explode or anything. It sort of just falls to your side. He's going to shoot down at you while you're on him. This again. But first I need to make a... see if he's going to frenzy himself. He is! So hang on.
Okay.
He does have fangs, though. That's the difference there. Hold on. I need to make a frenzy check really quick. That is not enough to stop him from hunger frenzying. So as you are ripping into his chest and sort of like a leech sort of suckling on the blood that's seeping out of this large gaping wound here, you can feel his heart. You can see it in there, feel it beating. He bends down and he grabs onto the nearest part of you, sort of like the side of your ear and your jawline here, and he bites in with his fangs. He sort of bent his head down in a really uncomfortable angle, but he bites in with his fangs, and you sort of give in to the sensation of the kiss as he begins feeding off of you. Please make me 3 rouse checks before something happens.
I passed all of them.
Wonderful.
I
So
got 7, 7, and 10.
He feeds a significant amount off of you. Of course, that stops you from feeding off of him as you're not using fangs. And that's when you hear a shot ring out. Now, Bertrand's not a great shot. Bertrand's sheet is kind of sad when it comes to bullets and guns. With 1 success, he doesn't hit either of you. He sort of hits past, over above your head, and into the wall. And that is enough to snap Alyosha out of his frenzy and you out of yours. But you do have a 1-point blood bond, Alyosha.
I think JJ wants more.
Okay.
And it's not great. But what's going on is starting to feel that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
We have to kill it before it gets bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So JJ's going for the wound again.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. Or if we're still like entangled.
You are.
Trying to get the gun.
From Alyosha?
Because I can make a bigger wound that way.
Okay,
Yeah.
you have to make that choice.
Yeah, no, we're gonna try and drink him. Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna try and get you off of him. It's gonna be strength and brawl, and he's not at a hunger frenzy anymore.
Guys, we should just wipe out all the thin bloods. Have we considered that? I got 4.
Okay. So, as you do that, he's gonna point the gun down directly into your head. Because you are squirming around and trying to basically crawl inside of him like that Star Wars movie with the guy who crawls into the weird gross thing. I've seen the scene. I know what it is.
Yes, correct, honey. Yeah, I'm full on taunting him. Yes,
Whatever. He sort of shoots down the back of your cranium. Please take 4 points of superficial damage as the bullet sort of scrapes along your skull and lodges itself into your shoulder.
2, 3, 4. Okay.
And that's going to sort of deter you enough. Bertrand attempts to shoot at Alyosha again, just to get him off of you, or away from you. Bertrand is the worst shot in the world, though, and he gets no successes, and he sort of, his hand is shaking, and he shoots again, but he shoots really wide. And it's at that point that Alyosha points his gun at Bertrand. I'll let you take an action.
We're going for the gun. We're going for the
Strength and roll.
No. He can't take everything. He can't. Not messy. 4, 5, 6. I'm not stressed. Everything's fine.
What's the number as?
6.
Okay. 6 to 6. You two are wrestling with the gun. Alyosha's gonna headbutt you. What would you like to do?
The thing is the gun. It's full on. Trying to now we're just trying to shoot him.
Okay, you're wrestling with the gun. At the moment, neither of you have control over it. He has control over his own head, though, and he's gonna try and headbutt you.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to shove him away.
Okay, so give me another strength and brawl versus strength and brawl.
Okay. Yeah, get into a position where we can get that. Oh,
I'm not rolling any messies.
Two successes.
Okay, 4 successes. He headbutts you.
Mm-hmm.
And sort of knocks you back away from him. Turns, he points the gun, and he shoots Bertrand. Bertrand cries out, and you hear him flop down.
No.
What are you going to do, JJ? You're going to save him? Or are you going to kill me?
I never understood.
I don't think we have time for these conversations. He could be bleeding out.
It's running. Yeah, it's running for Bertrand.
Make me what's a medicine.
I got 3 successes.
With 3 successes, you can tell that an organ has definitely been punctured. You don't think an aorta has been hit.
Okay.
But he's been shot in the gut. So, kidney maybe. Could be really bad if it perforated his intestines. But you can't know unless you take him to a hospital.
That's the plan. Is because he's still got his phone in his pocket, right?
Mm-hmm.
And JJ has several. It's calling emergency
And
service.
Alyosha comes up behind you and grabs you by the collar and pulls you away from Bertrand.
Get off me!
Make me. But of course, can't save him, can you? If you take your time to kill me. I'm taking him with me. Alive or unalive.
No,
Then you'll have to take the time to stop me, won't you? What if the place is on fire? And he looks over at the water bottle that's still sitting there. Make your choice, JJ.
If JJ wants to smash that water bottle into his face.
Mm-hmm.
That's the impulse. Yeah. Because it just has to open. It just has to break.
It just has to break.
Just has to break. And I think that's what JJ does.
So you go for the water bottle?
Yeah.
You race for the water bottle, you pick it up, and you see that Alyosha is already bent down over Bertrand. He's feeding off of him.
It's crashing into him.
Strength and brawl.
I got 3! I have one more die. I'm gonna burn a willpower and try and get 4.
3 is all I needed.
Oh, okay.
For you to get... So you crash into him, knock him away. Of course, the fangs now doesn't close. And the wound is now bleeding out both from his neck and from his gut shot.
Yeah. Yep.
Alyosha, of course, is not out. He looks at you. Come on, JJ. We can do it together if you want.
I'm throwing the water bottle at him.
Mm-hmm. Push your melee. I roll really well.
I got 3.
I got 5 with the crit. Of course, I roll really well at the very end.
Yeah.
So you throw it, it explodes. A lot of these precious items catch on fire immediately. But you don't see Alyosha. He's gone. And you need to make me
Bertrand, yeah.
a fear frenzy check. The Rotschreck. The red
Okay.
fear.
Willpower plus a third of my humanity.
Rounded down.
Round it down. Okay, that's a crit. 1, 2, 3. So 4 plus 3 is math.
7 with a crit. With 7 with a crit, I will allow you to obviously not run away from the fire and leave Bertrand here to die, but I will allow you to take him with you. To brave it enough to get him out of the building.
Yep, we're getting him out. We're calling, saying that there was a break-in. We need an ambulance.
So you get him out, you get him outside. Bertrand is conscious, but barely. And he keeps saying to you, call my sister. Call my sister.
Yeah. JJ will grab the other phone and call the sister.
There is an answer.
Hello?
Bertrand?
No. I need help. Bolton needs help. He got attacked. So he told me to call. No, you have to stay with me. You have to stay with me. Please.
Where are you?
The auction house, it's on fire.
Be there as quickly as I can. And the phone hangs up.
Tiara's on her way. You just...
She might be able to help me, or I might bleed out and die before she gets there. You know.
No, we'll get him married. Remember, you can...
Our ex is a real dick, huh?
Yeah.
I'm sorry I'm such a shitty shot.
Yes.
My dad, 1, I don't think he knew how to shoot a gun either, but 2, wouldn't have bothered teaching me anyway because I wasn't a werewolf. And now, I really won't ever be.
No, but you're going to be here, right? Yeah. You're gonna hang on. And the ambulance will be here. I can't lose you. Please.
I feel worse than the night we met.
Yeah. And then it got better, and this is going to get better.
Remember, JJ, loss is a part of being human. So is death. Death is natural. It's our reaction to it that's unnatural.
Not today, though. Please stay.
And that is where we're going to end JJ's part of the epilogue. For now. Luca, you're at the refugee center, the place you've spent more time than ever since the incident with Halcyon in the spray park. You've done everything you can to protect the young women here, warning them to stay away from the canals, to stay in pairs. You've done some hunting on your own, meticulously mapping out locations of where women have been found drowned, and of course, where you encountered this amphibious demon. So far, your efforts have produced very little, and as you sit in the office given to you by the management here at St. Hildegard's Refugee Center, let us into your mind a bit, Luca. What has been going on inside of you these last few months?
For Luca, it's been a constant replay of that night. He still has faith, so he's not exactly I guess mourning Halcyon, but his life here on Earth could have been prolonged.
Sure.
He's a tear between rejoicing because his pain is gone now. He's no longer suffering. He's in the kingdom. He firmly believes he's in the kingdom of God. But also, it didn't need to come that soon. He could have done something, and if he would have not hesitated, then he would still be here.
What about the women? The ones who have drowned, not from this refugee center, but the ones who have drowned since the incident with Halcyon, and the ones who drowned before. Do you believe they're in the kingdom of heaven?
He wants to believe that they are, but that's all that has happened, that they haven't been taken and stolen like Halcyon has. But he shudders to think that they might be in a similar situation.
Okay. As you sit there at your office, that's been newly given to you in these last few months, on your desk is a sort of miniature grandfather clock, a very, very small model one. And you see it, and it stops ticking. So you do what you always do when it stops ticking. You open it and you turn it, and then you close the little sort of vitrine door of it. It's all completely encased in glass. And as you close it, inside the glass, you see a reflection, not just of yourself, but of that horrific, cylindrical-headed fairy, Lou.
We've only come to confess.
I believe I confessed everything I was willing to when you entered my home.
No, you made a decision before the rest of us could speak. Compelled by whatever dark laws you follow.
I gave you all the rules to my home. It is not my fault that one of you broke them.
You come to pay me what is owed. You did not grant me what I wished.
I would have granted you what you wished, save for harming me. I would have helped you.
9, creature. I wanted your soul.
Unfortunately, even if you were to take it, the changeling way would keep it from your damnation. There was a time, humans, well, they'll worship anything they don't understand, anything that they fear, anything that shows them just a modicum of love, even if it's compounded by hate.
And those times are over, creature. My kind stamped those out, the superstitions. They revealed they took your faces, they took your masks, and showed you to be what you are. Not gods, nothing worthy of worship.
Oh yes. You stamped us out, pushed us into the dark corners of the world. And what has risen in its place? I think you'll soon find out who the real enemy is. That's when you hear a knock at the door. You look up to the door, sort of startles you, and you look down back to the small grandfather clock, and Lou's visage is gone.
I'll find you again. I'll go to answer the knock.
You open it. You see Sadler there. Sadler Demir, of course, is the manager here at St. Hildegard's. Next to him is a woman that you don't know. She has dreads, and she's wearing a Kevlar vest. And behind them both is someone you do know. Is an older man in his 70s. He has gray hair that's turning white in some places. It's very short and sort of slicked back. He's dressed in a single-breasted black suit and black shoes with a purple clergy shirt and a clerical collar. A pectoral cross and chain is draped around his shoulders and chest as a symbol of his episcopal office. And of course, you know this to be the auxiliary archbishop of Berlin, Matthias Heinrich, a mentor of yours at one time.
Bishop Heinrich. To what I owe is a pleasure. And I'll give a small sort of bow.
He holds his hand out with his ring on it.
We'll kiss it.
Pastor Wolfenberger, if you don't mind, I'd like to speak with you about some urgent news.
Please, come in. Would you like some tea?
Tea would be lovely. And these Sadler and this woman you don't know sort of get out of his way, let him enter first, and then they enter behind him. The woman with the dreads and the Kevlar closes the door, and she stands by the door. She doesn't move to sit down or anything. Sadler sort of stands near the two of you, but he doesn't make a move to sit down either.
Might I offer the rest of you some tea as well?
And Matthias sort of smiles and says, I'm sure you could make tea for all of us, but I do not think Vivienne will have any tea. She's very protective of, not necessarily me, but of my business here.
I see. And Fatal, what is your business here, Bishop?
He sort of settles himself down, he sits, and you see when he sits, he sort of grimaces. There's a look on his face of maybe pain or discomfort. Before we get to all of that, Pastor Wolfenberger, I just want to express my sorrow. Sorry, I'm getting older and forgetful. I just want to express my sorrow at what happened with Andreas Meissner. I understand it was quite gruesome, and I understand that it has all led you to, for all intents and purposes, turning away from ambitions of running your own parish, or perhaps higher ambitions, becoming a cardinal or a bishop yourself.
You know what they say about a man's ambitions. They get in the way of his calling. I believe I am where I am needed.
I believe that God has put you exactly where you belong, yes. At least for the time being. And he takes the tea that you make him, and he sort of waits for you to sit back down with your tea. Of course, I'm also a firm believer that rising higher in the ranks of the church will bring us closer to salvation, or at the very least help us deliver those who must be saved into the hands of God.
I am where I am needed, I think, for the time being, and if the good Lord calls me to other duties, I would answer.
Tell me, speaking of other duties, have you ever heard of a Dominican priest named Leopold of Murnau?
Only vaguely, I think. The name does sound familiar from my studies.
In the 13th century, Leopold of Murnau set out to find heretics. After many years of torture and persecution of Jews and Cathars and others he considered to be enemies of Christendom, he stumbled across monsters. In his mind, these supernatural creatures posed a more urgent threat than mere flesh and blood dissenters to the faith. Brought evidence of the danger to Pope Gregory IX, who permitted him to found a secret order, the Society of St. Leopold. The church didn't cease its persecution of human heretics, of course, but quietly added another target, the supernatural. I think, Pastor Wolfenberger, you yourself have come face to face with such creatures. Am I correct?
Yes, Bishop.
For centuries, the Society of St. Leopold was the only game in town, as they say. It had the financial backing of the Catholic Church, impeccable records, numbers, faith. Of course, that faith enabled the strict hierarchy, secrecy, obedience, fanaticism in its members and its leadership. But of course, it also bred this idea of treating members as disposable. After all, when heaven is the ultimate reward, it's easy to treat your members as future martyrs. And of course, now major government bodies have joined the hunt, with flash-in-the-pan missions and grand gestures of bombs and sweeps. But as you know, the Catholic Church plans in centuries, not days. And he looks at Sadler and he looks back at Vivian, we are part of such an order.
The church has not publicly acknowledged exorcisms for some years.
Not publicly, no, they would never. Andreas, too, was part.
And was he aware of these statesmen, these state-sponsored exorcists? These government exorcisms?
Unfortunately, Pastor Wolfenberger, the government doesn't partake in exorcisms. That is strictly in the purview of the church. The government... Tell me, did you hear about terrorist activity in Vienna? Not too long ago, but about a decade ago.
Yeah, I remember.
That was them. They took a mass sweep, dropped bombs on the city of Vienna in order to root out these vampires. The same thing, you remember, not too long after that, in London. The same. Of course, we hear about terrorist bombings in London all too often, but this was just another one. This is a specific part of state. They work with the church, but they call themselves the Gladius Dei. That is not who we represent.
Why are you telling me this? Why now? After I've had such quiet. After the experiences, I was told to tend to my health. I was told to tend to my mental well-being. I questioned what I saw, and if the church really believed in the practices of exorcisms, because I was told to forget.
Luca, what the majority in the Society of St. Leopold does is kill monsters outright, with no mercy, with no thinking of the consequences, with no empathy, with no thought on their salvation, on their redemption. Andreas and I were members of something secret, something that, should the rest of the society within the church find out, we would be branded heretics, and we would be very swiftly eliminated in all the ways you can imagine. It's called San Benito. We believe all creatures are God's creation and can be saved, and we hope to help them restore their humanity.
This is all very enlightening. But I still fail to see why now.
Andreas was training you, testing you to be his successor, or his protege, I should say. But he was in the society for much longer than I, and he had made enemies in the supernatural world. And those enemies saw an opportunity to kill him. Why now, you ask? As I said, it is dangerous for me to be here. It is dangerous for me to be talking to you openly like this. It is a heresy for the society. It is a heresy for the church. They would rather take stones, take bombs, their torches, their pitchforks, and raid the places where the monsters are. And what they don't mention about Vienna and about London is how many people died so that they could get their big score. And all it has done is made the vampires craftier, less willing to be out in the open, perhaps even more prone to insular and wicked activities.
If Andreas was training me to be his replacement, then I failed him. I'm sure that you've read what happened that night?
I did.
My faith was not strong enough, Bishop.
Oh no. Luca. When someone possesses true faith, well, they cannot be possessed. Their mind cannot be dominated by the supernatural. Andreas was the one who failed. His faith was faltering.
I cannot imagine that man's faith faltering.
Andreas was a man who came to the church late in life. He was a man of lustful desire. He was a man of great empathy and compassion. He was complicated. In his later years, he learned that he had a son who was the result of an affair after he had taken his vows. It's most shameful for him, but he wanted to know the son and preoccupied much of his thought and his time. But of course, the woman he had an affair with was a woman of high standing and a great bit of wealth. And her family very easily was able to keep him away from her and from his son. I understand he's a professor at the Humboldt University.
What is his name?
I do not recall his name, but his surname is, he holds a title of wayward nobility, you know the way it works in Germany. Anyone von anything is someone of latent nobility. Old money, I think they call it.
I see. Did you ever get a chance to meet his son?
I believe there was a single meeting, clandestine, when the child was an infant. But none that I am aware of before he died.
You risk this heresy now because they'll leave that sentence hanging for the bishop to finish, because he doesn't want to grasp for ambition.
I risk and have risked this heresy for many years before you were born, Pastor Hoffenberger, because I have my own reasons. I have seen humanity in the devil, and I know that he can be redeemed. I must believe it. For without my faith, I am truly lost.
Before you arrived, I was pondering something very similar. And perhaps this is a sign of my answer.
I believe, Luca, were you to redeem a creature of some kind, I believe the true faith that saved you that night with Andreas, the one that he saw in you, would manifest itself in ways that you couldn't imagine. I know that you must have noticed something that you can do against supernatural creatures that can only result from the power of your faith, or am I wrong?
The Lord has given me gifts since that night, yes.
And he would deem fit to give you more, Luca, but you must trust in him.
What must I do, Bishop?
Put yourself against a task. I understand that you might work with others, perhaps those of a similar idea to you of hunting. And should you come across a creature that is irredeemable, I ask only that you pray for his soul, give him the proper rites, upon burial, and do not treat his death as something to glorify upon yourself.
To what end is? Do I contact you afterwards? What do I do with this? Do I seek you?
Should you wish to become a full member of the Society of St. Leopold, yes, we can have that discussion in the future. Of course, you will have to hide, or you can join them. I am putting myself at a great deal of risk, Luca, by telling you that I am a member of the heresy, for you could surely go to them and tell them what I have said, and that would be the end of me, but of course that would be on your conscience, not mine. I would go home to the Lord.
There have been enough apostles of the Lord that have been killed for their beliefs.
Yes, I do not think I would be canonized as a martyr.
And what a waste.
It is not my destiny. But this one might be yours. And he sort of holds his arm over his head behind him. And Vivienne, out of her Kevlar, pulls out some papers. She hands it to Matthias. And he places it down in front of you. And you can see that they are photocopied documents. Poorly photocopied and photocopied in a rush. Of a dossier of some kind.
I'll reach for it and open to the front page. Project Deepwater, dossier code X9-448-GW. Classification Omega Black. Division Void Engineers / Progenitors. - Oceanic Arcana Division. Authorized eyes only. Overview. Project Deepwater was initiated in 2016 under the cover of deep-sea mineral mapping and ecological assessment to systematically map and exploit preternatural zones in Earth's abyssal and hadal ocean. I'm having a stroke. Abyssal and hadal ocean layers, with a focus on identifying non-human intelligences and recovering anomalous biological specimens. During sweep pattern Echo-9, Bathys 4 encountered movement inconsistent with known marine life. Following 14 minutes of sonar distortion and hull contact events, a humanoid figure was sighted and retrieved using the automated harpoon restraint system. The entity, later codenamed MER-1, was male, approximately 2.1 meters in length, possessing bioluminescent dermal scales, gill structures, retractable claws, and a complex vocalization system capable of producing infrasonic frequencies with known psychic effect. Biological and supernatural analysis. Species tentative name, Mer. Origin hypothesis, subspecies of changeling or Fey-descended offshoot adapted to deep-sea pressure and darkness. Physical notes, amphibious respiration, gills and lungs. Luminescence along spine and forearms, likely for communication or mating display. Vocal emissions demonstrated mild compulsion effects in exposed personnel. Resulted in 2 suicides and 1 catatonic state during initial containment. Psychological profile, initially docile, MER-1 displayed complex emotion and cognition, including mimicry of speech, emotional bonding with a handler, and basic tool use. Communication was achieved via a mixture of symbols, sounds, and apparent telepathic impulses. Ethical incidents. MER-1 showed clear trauma response, self-harm behavior during isolation. Expressed distress through low frequencies wails, causing insomnia and hallucinations in base staff. Escape incident. Code Black / event Sirens Wail. Date October 2nd, 2024. Facility Research Station Theta 9, Berlin Sector. MER-1 orchestrated escape following a suspected psychic feedback loop initiated via contact with offshore sonar buoys. Multiple internal security doors opened without physical cause. Surveillance systems recorded unexplained shadows, distortion in water tanks, and staff appearing to act under suggestion. MER-1 was last seen breaching the platform service in a vertical ascent, dragging a security guard into the ocean. No recovery team was dispatched. The facility was shut down and scuttled within 48 hours to prevent public exposure.
Matthias patiently waits for you to finish reading it. Now, I am sure you have heard about the girls who have drowned in the canals. If my sources are correct, you have done some time researching it, is that correct?
Yes, it's been a persistent project of mine.
There's a group in Berlin. Now, we have discussed many things, and we believe that there is a way to help creatures maintain humanity. We have talked about the Society of St. Leopold and the Catholic Church, many of them, the majority of them, wanting to eliminate such creatures. Well, there's another group. It's not affiliated with us, but they work with us, or with the church anyway, with the government agencies, with many, many organizations around the world. They want to eliminate supernaturals as well, but it goes much beyond that. They want to remove them from the consciousness of the human mind.
How would that be possible?
Because they are supernaturals themselves.
And your Gladius Day has done nothing about them.
Oh, they are more than happy to recruit them for their missions, temporarily. Working with the enemy, or perhaps they ignore it altogether. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not exactly well loved in the society for my opinions.
So often, we are called hypocrites from without. It's difficult to find the truth in the matter from within. Would this not be a heresy for themselves to work with such creatures?
Oh, Pastor Luca, if you are asking if Catholics are hypocritical, I think that we do not have the time to really hash out such an argument.
Please continue.
My proposal to you is this. Deal with this problem. This Mer 1. Loose in the city of Berlin. Find it. Talk to it if you can. Capture it if you must. Destroy it if there's no other option. And then we can have a discussion about your future in the church and anything beyond that.
What if there is another that I think might be able to be redeemed?
I am a firm believer that they all can be, but is it something specific you're speaking of?
There is a creature I've come in contact with. They are a vampire that is not killed. Is fighting their base urges. They've been of some help to me.
I myself have found that there's a comfort in seeing creatures such as vampires give in to the goodness that they were born with before they became what they are. I always try and remember that they did not choose it. It was chosen for them, as is the case with almost all supernatural creatures I have come into contact with. I am a firm believer that vampires can be redeemed, if that is your question.
This one is unlike anything I've heard of. This one is almost not a vampire. Bishop, it's very strange.
Can they go out in the sun and consume food? Does their heart beat?
I have not trusted myself to get so close to feel their heartbeat.
I have heard tales of such creatures. Heard some call them duskborn. Some call them thin bloods. Some call them worse names than that. But I know they exist.
And have you heard a way to turn them back?
As far as I am aware, they are dead and cannot return to life. At least not in a way that I am aware of.
I look forward to seeing the good in these creatures after so long thinking that they were nothing but evil.
It is my ardent hope, Pastor Wolfenberger, that you hold on to that far longer than Andreas did.
God rest his soul.
He crosses himself and stands up. I bid you a good day, Pastor Wolfenberger. We will speak again soon. That seems like an excellent place to end Luca's epilogue for now. Leoni, it's been a few months since the incident with Halcyon and the Spreepark, and you live now in between JJ's home most days of the week and your family's home in Wedding. You spend maybe 1 or 2 days a week there with your family, with your father, Horst, your mother, Isolde, your younger sister, Lena, and your younger brother, Gachibald. And you switched with Josef a few shifts in order for him to give you that afternoon off, so you could go and assist with your cell in hunting down this quarry that turned out just wonderfully in the most sarcastic way possible. And so tonight, you have to work the night shift at Cleopatra's, which of course you've been dreading, since you've been dreading the day that Josef would say, okay, I need you to cover this night shift because I want to go partying. But tonight is the night. You're in your old bedroom at the moment. You're getting yourself ready. What is Leoni's sort of routine of getting ready to go work at Cleopatra's? When Cleopatra's is a shisha bar, which we say in German, or a hookah bar in English. And in these quiet moments when you're getting ready, whether music's playing or the TV's on, what goes through Leoni's mind in the sense of what has occurred in the last few months?
Leoni's routine of getting ready has been trying to emulate what she thinks is what people do when they take care of themselves. Taking a shower, obviously, brushing her teeth, washing her face, doing her makeup. With it being the night shift, she puts in like she's like, I should probably put a little bit more effort in my makeup. Even if just to distract herself, maybe it'll be fine. As she's doing all this, what goes through her mind is that she can't help but fight back memories of being out at night, and what that would entail for her, remembering Sahira, the threats that Sahira would lay on her family, and she would shake those memories away as she kept on getting ready.
As you continue on getting ready, you hear a knock at your door, but you don't have any time to say, who is it, or get up and let them in, because it is Lena, and she lets herself in immediately, and she jumps up on your vanity that you have here, right in front of the sort of small mirror, what is it called? It's a type of mirror that has sort of a light on it so you can see better. She sort of jumps up on top of your vanity right in front of it, and she says, are you going out?
Going to work.
Oh, I thought maybe you have a boyfriend. Do you have a boyfriend?
No boyfriend.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No girlfriend either.
Oh, that's sad. Do you not want one?
Oh, no, it's not that. It's just I'm busy.
I have a girlfriend.
You have a girlfriend?
Yes.
Well, what is she like?
She's really cool and super pretty. Her name's Leah, and she lives in Potsdam.
That's so. And I'll continue kind of leaning over and getting ready. But I'm smiling now.
Yeah, I always ask if I can go home with her one day, like a play date or whatever, but she always says no. It makes me really sad.
Well, does she have a reason?
She says her family doesn't let visitors come.
Oh. That's strange.
Yeah, and also she has like a million other boys and girls who also are like her boyfriends and girlfriends, and it makes me worried that maybe she doesn't want to be my girlfriend anymore because maybe they get to go to her house and I don't.
Well, have you tried talking to her about it?
She never wants to talk about her family or anything that she does, like when she goes home. She just wants to talk about school and she wants to talk about music. She wants to be a singer or a dancer, or sometimes she wants to be a musician. She keeps changing it.
That makes sense. Well, I'm sure...
You should get a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Or both, because, you know, you can have both.
That is true. Yeah, I'll look into it when I'm not working.
Is there no one at work that you can date? Or because Leah and I go to the same school, so like that's why we date. Like, isn't that how it works?
Not all the time. Honestly, when you're older, you should probably avoid dating who you work with.
Why?
Well, because then you have to work. Because then, like, you're never scheduled at the same time, so you can never hang out together. And what if you fight? That's going to be really awkward at work.
I don't know. One time I heard when Mama had too much wine, she was talking about how her and Papa met at the Arcanium.
Yeah? When did you hear that?
It was when you were gone. Mama was drinking a lot more when you were gone. They kept talking and wondering if you had become a prodigal. They kept saying that.
You're right.
Do you know what that word means?
Yeah. I do.
Well, anyway, when Mama was telling us, she said that her and Papa met at the Arcanium when they were both students. I tried to look up the Arcanium online because I thought it was like a school or a university, but I didn't find anything. I've never heard of it, have you?
Rack my brain for a second.
And then it dawns on you. You have seen that word before. It was in the research that Manfred did. The person who wrote about changelings.
Do you find it strange that Mama never talked about that before?
Like I said, she gets real chatty when she drinks. Especially wine. Especially rot wine.
Yeah. Listen, I'll check my watch. It's getting late. You should get ready for bed.
Really? I'm 8.
I know, that's why you can stay up for one more hour. And I'll kind of bop her on the nose.
Fine. It's not like Gachelbald is gonna check anyway. I'll just, be under the covers on my iPad. And she runs out of your room, doesn't close your door.
Alright, iPad kid.
So, finish getting ready. You leave. Your mother has passed out on the couch, asleep on the couch, and you do notice that there is a bottle of wine that's open here. And your father is gone. He's gone a lot. You don't know why. Gachelbald is also gone, often with him. But you don't really have time to worry about that right now, because you have to catch the Straßenbahn, which is the tram to take you into the city. You hop on it, and as you're sitting there in the Straßenbahn, looking out the window at the passing lights, you're getting closer towards the city center, where all the clubs and the bars are. And as you're staring at yourself and out the window, you see the window sort of shimmer, change, as if you were going through a tunnel, but you're not. And you see the cylindrical head of Lou looking back at you.
And I look behind me.
She's not there. But if you focus on the window where you can see your reflection behind you, you see her reflection in there as well. And if you turn back to the window closest to your face, she's there too.
Are there any other pedestrian, people in the tram?
Sure are.
Okay.
They don't seem to notice anything.
Kind of scrunch closer to the window.
Mm-hmm.
What is this?
just to check up. Leoni back.
I didn't know if Manny killed you or if you ran away. I guess I got my answer.
Manny broke the rules.
What do you want?
If you had never entered my home, I would not care about you. What you do, who you are, what you want, what you fear. But you did. You interrupted me, in my life, in my plans, and now I am taking an extreme interest in yours.
Vindictive. Why am I not surprised?
No, you shouldn't be surprised because you're used to it, aren't you?
How'd you know?
Because I know you, Leoni Beck. Because I looked into your soul and I saw what you fear. I offered you help. I offered you a way to remove your greatest fear. But you were too afraid to take my hand. Now what does that tell you?
I wasn't afraid.
You are full of fear. You are fear incarnate, and it will kill you. And I will be there. And I will watch.
Yeah, well, or maybe I'll find another way to get you to run away again. Because you were afraid, weren't you?
No. And she evaporates as you hear your stop come over the PA system.
Leoni will collect her bag and let out a shaky breath, get off the tram.
From the tram stop, it's maybe a 5-minute walk to Cleopatra's. You walk into the front, and it dings. You don't see anybody in here at the moment, just a few people up in the hookah. Yosef sort of nods at you, and he takes his apron off. He hands you his apron, and he's like, thanks, I here's letting more people into Berghain these last few nights for some reason, so I'm gonna go check it out.
Right. Be careful.
That doesn't sound very fun for a Friday night, but okay.
Whatever. And I just put the apron on.
You head into the back and you start getting the limes and lemons, everything ready to cut up for drinks and stuff. And that's when you are sort of feel these hands come around the back of you, around your shoulders, and you hear Leoni.
Did I recognize the voice?
Yeah, it's Akua.
Oh, hey, Akua.
Why are you here at night? We said you do day only. Remember?
Oh, yeah. I made an agreement with Yosef.
You came here at night to hear this establishment. You left your home alone and came here.
Yeah.
I thought we said we weren't going to do that, remember?
Oh, yeah, but I needed a day off, so I needed to swap shifts.
You talk to Akua. You don't... Yosef is not owner of Cleopatra's, it's Akua. I am Akua. I own Cleopatra's, and I say you don't not come here at night.
Wait, no. That's true, it's you were sleeping, so I couldn't...
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. I see the dilemma. Okay. It's okay. I need to get Yosef to come back or something. Maybe. I don't know. But just stay here. Stay here. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
And he exits out the back of the pantry. And Edgar, you are visiting Akua's tonight. You checking in with Jaman and Louisa after your trip to Potsdam to visit with the werewolves. Everything that you've learned about Aelin and the Shadowbane. You know that Adelaide and Imogen are right now doing something that Akua is involved with. He's invited them to speak with the Baron, and they haven't returned yet. And you know that these sort of dimensional things, the time is different. So you want to sort of check in with Akua, let him know what's going on, and find out when Adelaide and Imogen are coming back so you can all have your coterie meeting, family discussion about what the future of Berlin's going to hold. And so you enter in the back as you always do, especially when Germain is there. You're picking up Leaders of Blood. And instead, you don't see Akua, you don't see Germain, you don't see Louisa, thank God. But you do see this woman you've never seen before. She's very, very young. She's wearing a red leather jacket, and she's sort of wearing nighttime makeup. So maybe she works here, and she's wearing an apron as well.
What are you doing behind the counter, Les? You work here?
Oh, shit. Yeah? What are you doing back here? You're not supposed to be back here.
Came to see Akua.
He just left. He'll be back soon.
Would you like to describe yourself, Edgar, for Leoni?
Sure, yeah. I think this evening, Edgar's wearing a dress top in sort of maybe late 90s, early 2000s Turkish fashion. It's actual gold that has been embroidered both into the shoulders and down the button line. The buttons themselves are also 10-karat gold buttons all the way down. He wears, very surprisingly, in contrast to his dress attire and the fact that the clothing parts of his outfit are easily probably worth this store. A very plain bust down, no frills, straight fundamentals Rolex on his left wrist. His red hair is pushed back, as it always is. His beard closely shaven. And I think, yeah, why not? I think he is currently wearing a silver necklace on the outside, with a plain silver cross that hangs from it.
I think seeing that and taking all that in, Leoni will get really nervous, but also really annoyed. Like, this is the night, really? Now, of course. Why not? But she'll just go quiet, and it's real awkward. It's an awkward silence that hangs in the air.
Yeah, Edgar, you notice that she was cutting up lemons and limes, and she's just stopped, and she's just standing there doing nothing.
Yeah, she's just like leaning over the counter, like drumming her fingers.
What, did me coming in here break your hands?
I'm not supposed to talk to you.
Oh, fair play. Tell you what. Let's play a game. What are the odds?
I just said I'm not supposed to talk to you.
Yeah, Nakua's not around. But he'll see this. I know you fucking will. So let's keep it light, keep it classy. What are the odds Luis is here?
Well, one, you don't like taking no for an answer. And
I
also,
take no as an answer when it's appropriate to.
That's weird to say, but Louisa, I haven't seen her tonight.
Oh, thank Christ. What sort of new animal does she have now?
I don't know. I work day. I don't know. I haven't seen her.
This place is open during the fucking day.
Yeah, funny that.
Degenerates. Absolute degenerates.
Germain says, "Of course, we're open during the day, Edgar."
My favorite cousin.
Oh, thank God.
Germain, of course, has that skull that bangs against his hip as he walks towards you, Edgar, and holds out his hand to you.
I'll take his hand and kiss both of his cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Leoni, why are you here? You are not supposed to be here at night.
Yeah, Akua told me I had to swap shifts with Yosef.
And you notice that Shaman is grilling Leoni and asking if she came alone. Did anyone follow her? Does she know, what was she thinking coming here? He seems very perturbed by her being here at night.
Germain, lay off the last. Come on.
You and don't understand, Edgar. She has a very dangerous attachment to her person. I do not know why Akua hired you. No offense.
It's fine.
And I'll look to Germain. Can we speak freely?
I mean, you know my father. He won't hide from anyone, masquerade or no.
Huh. So is this... did Akua finally take a ghoul, or...?
As if you ever known him to have a ghoul.
I think when I was very young, there was a brief stint, but I think that was more about disease prevention than it was actually one thing.
No. She's, Sahira's old ghoul.
And Leoni throughout this conversation looks like she was gonna say something, but when Sahira gets brought up, she kind of looks down.
Let me go and get Louisa out of here really quickly, Edgar. Otherwise,
Oh
she will...
God, she's here.
She's in the basement.
Yeah, I'll hide.
I'll get her out. I'll say that we need some vessels for work. And,
Sure. Well, if everybody's lit in there, care for a drag. What was your name? Leoni?
Yeah. Sure.
And Edgar will hold the back alley door for Leoni and hand her a cigarette.
And Shemaine sort of yells after you. She has a capuchin now for your information, Edgar.
No, I hate monkeys. So, it's here, huh?
Yep. You know her?
Oh, we're old enemies. Longer than you've been alive.
Yeah, she has a lot of those.
Sorry, I really don't know what to say. I know how horrible she is, and so I don't know what to say.
There's something to say, although it's funny. You know her, but you're not treating me like a made of broken glass, so that's nice, I guess.
Why would I do that?
I don't know. It's what people tend to do when they don't know what to say to someone who's been abused.
Ooh, there's a lot to unpack there. You've still got time. I hope you're making more use out of it than tending my cousin's hashish.
Always been good to me. He's given me focus.
He is the best of us.
Yeah? Seeing that.
Yeah.
What does that make you?
The money guy.
He also told me not to make deals with you.
I am tempering myself severely. Of course, if you ever really want to take a stab at Sahira, I'm more than happy to help.
She takes a long inhale on the cigarette and...
If I could, storyteller, to light Edgar's own cigarette, he will just flick his thumb and light a flame off his thumb and light his own cigarette.
Yes, and you see him do this. You see him light flame from his own hand. And so your assumption now, Leoni, because you've seen Sahira do magic, your assumption is that he is the same clan as her. That is the only assumption you can make.
It's a neat trick.
When I really put my mind to it. That one's good for parties, though.
Yeah, I bet.
I bet you're fun at parties.
That's what they say.
Can I ask you something that may be a bit personal? And if this crosses the line, feel free to tell me to go fuck myself.
I'll be sure to do that.
What did you replace the ecstasy of the kiss with? What are you on? It's something for everyone. I was a ghoul for many years as well.
And now you're... Yeah. Whenever I can get my hands on, really.
How did you escape?
I left one night when she was off doing something, and I'm still alive for some reason, so.
You managed to shrug the bond.
Yeah, that part sucked. Really bad.
You know she's coming for you.
Yeah, that's why Kua and Germaine are so up my ass. It's fair. I shouldn't be here.
And that means two things. She couldn't have kept you for long, or shrugging the bond would have killed you.
Leoni, can you give me a wits and awareness?
Yes. I have one.
One success?
Yeah.
With only one success, out here in the quiet of the alley where no one's around, you're fairly certain you hear him breathing. Vampires don't breathe.
What is your deal? Okay, Kua told me not to talk to you. Now you're offering to help me kill
Oh, no.
Kira.
No. You misunderstand. I'm offering you a chance to help me. I'm killing her either way.
Got it. Sorry, I wasn't done. You're also breathing?
Yeah. I do that from time to time.
So
I told you, Aku was the best of us. And you asked me what I was, and I said I was the money guy. But it goes a little beyond that. I am more human than most of my kind ever get to become. And I am more human because there's a woman that I love that is the light of my universe and makes all of the rest of the sickened darkness flee. I am delivered by love.
he's poetic too. Wow.
I've been told it's one of my least endearing qualities. However, if you also ever find yourself under the influence of Sahira's blood again, ask Akua for me. And
Why?
because you are profoundly touched by my enemies, I will offer this one boon without price paid in return. If you find yourself under the influence of their blood again, it will be painful. But ask for me and I will burn it from your body. You're a good kid. You remind me of my goddaughter. I'm not going to stand idly by while you seek to be free and they seek to put you in chains.
Just don't see why you'd care.
I'm more human than most of my kind ever get to become. And as much as Many voices in the halls of power would like to see otherwise. Human instinct and inclination is to gather close together when the night comes.
I'm learning that more and more that you guys are more human than I gave you credit for. If just because you're parried.
And
Weird.
as you say that they're mere human, I gave you credit for. Akua appears. Al, you didn't hear the door swing open, and he says, "No, do not start thinking that way, Leoni. Most of us are monsters. Exceptions, yes. Okay, so I don't know where Joseph went, and I don't. So we'll close. It's fine. We'll close. No. Akua will close. Not to shush. Akua owns the Cleopatra's, and Akua say we close. Yes? So, here you go, and he just sort of puts his fingers in his pocket and just pulls out random amounts of money. Here you go. You count. See if that's enough. And, you, Edgar. Hello.
Cousin, I was wondering when, our other two cousins would return from, your esteemed, is patron, poor choice of words.
No, but if you think that I can attempt to expound upon his timetable or predict it, then you're being very silly tonight, Edgar. But what you could do for me is take Miss Beck in whichever fancy car that you drove down here for the silliest of reasons, because it is Berlin. I still do not understand why you must have several cars. You take her to her home, and or wherever she wants to go that is away from here, and where she can be inside. Maybe I don't know, drive around like the scenic routes, because we can't have anyone following you.
Do we need to stash this one in a safe house over the night?
You know what? That might be good. Be good.
I feel I'm so sorry, Ko. I shouldn't have put you out like that.
No, this is not your fault. This is Yosef's fault, and Yosef will be punished.
Okay.
1,000 days of suffering, I see.
I will give him to Louisa.
1,000,000 days of suffering, then.
I mean, we will see. I will give him to her for one night, and we'll see how sorry he is.
I can tell you, having spent the night with Louisa, it will be...
If I recall, Edgar, you spent several nights with Louisa.
You are correct.
And she will never forget it. Yes. So, Leoni, you will come back daytime only. Yes? We understand? This will not happen again. Otherwise, right. Otherwise, unfortunately, then Mr. Akua will have to give you to Louisa for a night. And I don't want to do that.
Daytime only.
You certainly won't forget it.
Yes, so Mr. Waite will take you to wherever it is that he thinks is safe, and he will put you there for tonight, and then in the morning you can leave.
Okay, yeah. That sounds good.
Edgar will call you when Imogen and Adelaide have returned, okay?
Of course.
But if you want to come for Shisha, that's different, but if you want to ask about those things, I can't tell you.
I was, after those two, I was going to see if you would like to enjoy some with me, but you're closing for the evening, so perhaps we'll have to make a rain check.
Yes, I am boss, I close.
Alright, well, we should probably get to stepping before it starts pishing it down out here.
Okay, I'll take off my apron and fold it up and attempt to go inside to put it on the counter.
Goodbye. Bye-bye. Goodbye now. Nice night.
Have a good night.
He is the best of us. Right this way, Miss Beck.
Alright.
And Edgar will take Leoni around the block and down the street a little ways, because finding parking is horrific.
Mm-hmm.
To the 2023 Aston Martin DBS Volante.
Mm-hmm. You're going to take her to your little chateau of love that you had that you're using at one time and lives in Neukölln.
Yeah. The one that was near Tulio's apartment.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was in the Mitte, that's right, yeah. In the Mitte, yeah.
As Leoni approaches the car, she says, God, you really are the money guy. Good lord.
I made it all for myself. It's important to do things for yourself.
Maybe when you're a vampire. She'll get in.
You think it's not important for humans to do things for themselves?
I think I have a lot to make up for so I gotta do things for others right now.
You're not the only one. I don't wear this cross because I particularly like going to church. We all have our sins to bear. Repentance to be made. And just because I lay those things down at the foot of the cross, doesn't mean that has to be your preferred method of repudiation.
Now I get enough of that from a friend of mine. She'll sit for a moment, and then she'll pipe up again after a little bit and say, how could I help you? What's the hero? What do you need?
I need something to take her off her edge. The only problem I've ever had is that I can't unsettle her. We've been warring for decades at this point. I need something that will take her off her high horse and make her unaware to my presence.
I've never known Sahara to be off her game unless she's...
Did you know she had a brother? Has a brother.
Did I know that? No.
If she ever finds you again, and just tell her that Kasim would be ashamed. Not that she'll care, but it might buy you a second that maybe Kasim had spoken to you. He's a good lad. I like him.
I remember that.
What aren't you telling me? Do you even know?
What are you talking about?
The way you talk about her, she cares for you.
Please. You said it yourself. You know Sahara. She doesn't care for anything.
Even the sword of Cain have human hearts in their chest.
That's a lot of words.
She is a monster, but beneath that monster there was once a woman. A woman who yearned for eyes to look into her own and lips to caress her skin and hands to guide her own to pleasure.
I can't believe that Sahara is anything but a monster. I can't.
But she loved you. The monster that she was. And you loved her. But that's what the blood does to us.
Leoni shifts uncomfortably in the seat and starts kind of tugging on her jacket sleeve.
Just out of curiosity, darling, do you know what your mother's maiden name was?
She'll like start to say it and then be like, wait a minute, this is a question that like scammers use, money guy. What do you want to know?
No, it's nothing like that. Lineages concern me greatly.
Okay, but why mine?
Because I'm curious about you.
No one important.
There are rare cases in the human experience that there are elements to your lineage that would make breaking a bond easier.
Never heard of that.
Things like being descended from werewolves or fae, or having a prolonged number of generations of your family be ghouls, and then those ghouls taking blood that doesn't belong to the people that it should have belonged to. There are factors that can be put into play.
McNeil.
No, fellow Scott warms my heart.
Does it mean anything to you?
Not on the surface, but I'll have to look into it. A lot of us, a lot of creatures of the night take different names to hide themselves, and then those names get passed on to human relatives, and it takes a profound amount of time and digging, but I've got all the time in the world, don't I? I really don't, but that's neither here nor there.
What's that mean?
I have things I want to do with my own life.
You mean you haven't accomplished all your goals yet? You have all the time in the world.
I mean, my wife is a human woman.
Oh.
My life began with her, and it will end with her.
That's sweet, I think.
I think it's terribly morbid, but it is how I feel.
Each their own.
So, the two of you obviously knew each other very well. Intimately, one might say.
One might say.
Would you ever truly make eyes at having her killed?
I wouldn't stop you if that's what you're asking me.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking if I put the gun in your hand, would you pull the trigger, Leoni, back?
Yeah, of course. That's all I've wanted to do for the last 2 years.
Yes, I know it's what you wanted to do, but would you do it? For the first time in a while, not even her little sister talking about how her mom would act when Leoni was gone made her do this. But Leoni starts to berate herself in her head.
Just Leoni berates herself in her head and goes quiet. Edgar, you have the answer that you're looking for. You don't think that Leoni alone would be able to shoot Sahira, would be able to kill Sahira. Maybe in the future, but not yet. But at the very least, you know what would knock Sahira off her game. You have her in your car. As the two of you drive through to the Mitta, that is where we are going to end Leoni's epilogue and our Hunter the Reckoning Chronicle. Thank you, everyone.